So, Sid, remember how in our first Maggie episode, I was like really trying to give her some grace? You know, she was going through a really tough time in her life. She was living on the streets. She was going through it. She got turned into a cat woman, and I tried to do the same with Derek during his first episode. Like, he was taken by an extremely manipulative man. I always try to play the abuser, not the victim. So, like, I really tried to be nice to them in their early episodes. Today, the kid gloves are coming off. These two people pissed me off so much. And I know that Hiron, you told me on the car ride over, you were going to play a sort of devil's advocate, because you are going to be like the Maggie and Derek defender today.
Yeah.
So your work is cut out for you.
Yeah, that's tough.
And I hope you're prepared.
It's like they hired you as an attorney or something, and you gotta do your best.
Okay. Yep.
That's crazy.
Where I figured this was going.
Oh my. I honestly wanted to lobotomize myself at several points during their plot discussion. And I took some notes on it about how I feel. Let me see. Just because, like, I honestly hate Derek as a character. I mean, all in all, the show is trying to tell me it's a terrible dilemma he has to go through the start of this plot line.
It's tough.
It's just like to either trust the multi-billionaire with the criminal record or your own fucking sister. I mean, such a difficult choice for a simple man. Like, how do you decide?
You know, I don't think he ever fucking listened to that recording that she left.
Oh, no.
Remember when she was like, let me explain all the evidence I have to you? And he was like, I just won't listen to it.
That recording would have prevented so much disaster if he just fucking listened to Elisa from the start.
But did he?
No, he did the fucking opposite. And it's like every time he figures something out, he thinks he did it on his own, forgetting that.
Or like everyone else has been telling him for like a week, and he's like, I figured it out all by myself.
He's like, guess what I just found out? That shit
like,
was...
What do you mean you found out?
No, Goliath, you lied and you, like, pillaged my family in front of me, and you were, eating children or something. Like, it's ridiculous.
He's so quick to disbelieve the people he should be believing,
it's
and believing the person who he
he's
shouldn't
racist against, like, gargoyles.
Yeah, but he himself is now a monster.
He doesn't, like...
So, like, he's got to get past this.
Just because he has a gay panther cock now doesn't necessarily dissuade, like, his bigotism towards people with gay panther cocks.
Look, I am not gay. I have relationships with women. And sex with men.
So that quote doesn't even apply to Talon as much this episode, but we'll discuss that later.
Welcome, by the way, to the Loincloth
Welcome, everybody,
Hour.
to the Loincloth Hour. Welcome to a very interesting episode, a very spicy episode.
A little spicy.
A little spicy with, like, the spices and the drama and the fucking gay straight people who think they're straight, but they're actually gay.
We're here. We're pissed off. We're gonna tell it like it is.
I don't know if it's like I'm pissed off. There were elements of this episode I liked.
I mean, it was a great... I will say, I think this is a very good episode.
No, it is.
I liked it a lot. It's just like the characters in it make me upset.
So, I'll start us off. I feel like the mutates, they're obviously, like, you know, it's taking what the X-Men were essentially existing for, but... It's like, you know, the mutates are a form of, like, trans/queer metaphor to some degree, but in this case we get giant muscular furries with edgy personalities and big muscles, and then there's just fucking Maggie.
Yeah, and Maggie is there.
It's like, they tried to do this setup of a group of, like, the typical popular girl and the popular guy, the quiet neurodivergent, and the class bully who's just also neurodivergent.
Yes.
Claw's high-functioning empathy and Fang is low-functioning empathy. I think the same vibes I get around, like, Scott and Jean from X-Men. It reminds me of
Derek and Maggie are Scott.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
So,
and then, like, Wolverine is, like, the Fang.
I was going to say, because, like, Maggie and Talon are Scott and Jean. Fang is Wolverine, and Claw is Morph and or Beast.
Morph, yeah, or Beast, yeah. Like, we're one of those sweet boys who we just want the best for them.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's just like another reason why I don't like Maggie and Talon. I thought they were like, you know, I like in X-Men, at least they're like main characters, so at least you can like kind of layer them out and just give like some kind of argument for Scott and Jean.
Yeah, like Scott and Jean are like central characters. There's like 6 other main characters there too.
Yeah,
and,
but
like,
it's like Derek and Maggie are like background characters, and they present those same characteristics without having the deeper complexities explored outside of like the episodes they're actually
just
in.
like there's nothing to them. They have 0 brains.
So the
They're
reason,
dumbasses.
So well, let's hit some background details on the two of them.
Okay, so like I know that you're gonna say this episode should have been a lot sooner. Is that gonna be one of them?
Yeah, we've
No.
said that enough times. I was actually
Okay.
going to skip right past
Okay.
that. So, that aside, the original pitch for Gargoyles did feature Derek. Not Maggie, but Derek.
Okay, as like a main character.
They and Maggie did
Sort of. He was going... So, it featured, you know, the Gargoyles, Xanatos, Derek, and Lisa, obviously, and I think Demona and Macbeth.
Macbeth. Okay, I love that Macbeth is there from the start.
Yes.
Good.
So, like, those were, like, the original. So, Derek was one of the originals. Derek was originally a scientist working for Xanatos.
Who got transformed,
Well,
like the Bugman in TMNT.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say, like, Man-Bat in Batman TAS, but yeah.
Okay.
So, so, like, originally the plot was going to be that, like, Xanatos would arrange for him to get transformed by his own formula.
And then he would be so motivated by that he would then work on more science to
Yeah.
cure himself or
Yeah.
something. Okay.
Yeah. So that was before him, Derek, and Severius were split into separate characters because they were originally the same person.
Yeah, so we have the scientist in Severius, and then Derek is just a himbo with no mind whatsoever.
Yeah.
He's a dumb jock.
So that-
okay.
Well,
So
that's not too different.
So yeah. So Derek, like his entire arc with Xanatos and him finally finding out in this episode wasn't like the original pitch for this series. So that was one thing where like this episode was a long time coming because this is one of the very first things ever planned for Gargoyles.
That's interesting.
Maggie, on the other hand, he decided to introduce because he was looking at his cast and he's like,
There sure are no women in it. Was that one of them?
No, he said every woman in this is like too much of an
they're
action
too
girl.
capable. Yeah, we need like a really crappy woman to balance things out.
He's like, I should write a woman who's not an action girl. And
Yeah.
his next line after that in the post was, I suck at writing women who aren't action
Oh
girls.
my gosh! There it is!
We noticed.
Oh!
We noticed.
Oh, that's so. Oh my god, it's like it's all coming together now.
Those were the two background things I wanted to give on Derek's.
That is very
backstory.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, Claw and Fane weren't even brought into the equation until much later, I'm guessing.
Just
Yeah.
more.
Even though they're the best
He just needed
characters.
more beefcake.
Yeah.
He was like, he realized this. You know what this story needs? More men flexing. That's
yeah,
what we need to
literally
have.
though. So
Yeah, Fang being mute, by the way, was not decided on until this episode. Claw. Because they couldn't hire enough voice actors for all the roles in this episode.
Okay.
So there were two characters who didn't get to speak.
Lexington also didn't speak, right?
Does Lexington not speak too? Maybe
He
it was
gives
Fang.
like a grunt.
Yeah, okay. So Lexington
At
doesn't
one
get to
point.
speak. Elisa's mom does not get to speak. Diane.
I did notice that too. I was like,
Yeah.
you're being awful quiet, right? What's going on over there?
And they actually just decided to work into the plot that Claw was now mute.
That's interesting. Like, I would have assumed like other shows would have just like made one of the actors like double up on voices. Because I know even in this show that happens
Well,
quite a bit.
speaking of doubling up on voices, here's my thing for Fangs.
Okay,
So-
John Belushi, I believe.
Right, but do you know who voiced Fang in his first appearance?
It
that
was
was Jonathan Frakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Riker voiced him.
Yep. So, there was some consideration of that happening again, but they did, put out a thing to get not interviews, what are they called?
Casting
Tryouts? disgusting.
Sure, whatever. The point is, do that, and when you heard Jim Belushi's take on it, he's like, okay, well, this is perfect.
Say no more.
And he blames Jim Belushi entirely for the existence of bad guys.
That's great.
Because, like, as soon as he heard this voice, that was when he started, like, coming up with the idea of Fang.
Yes.
Oh, I
he was
love
like,
that.
he hears, like, the biggest asshole in his ear. Was like, I gotta give this guy a redemption arc. We gotta hear his non-asshole side.
Yeah.
I don't think he has one.
He doesn't have one, though.
But that's kind of, like, why we love him.
He's a brat, is what he is. He's just a massive brat man.
He really is.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything else you wanted to add?
No, that was it. I had one thing for each of the four.
We're covering The Cage, by the way, which is an episode of Disney's Gargoyles at some point.
It's called The Cage, but we're
It's
here to,
called
like,
The Cage. Now let's talk more about Fang and Claw.
So, I mean, I don't think we have much about their backgrounds other than, like, you know, it was implied that they were more homeless that was rounded up by Dr. Savarius for his experiments.
Yes.
So, studies have shown, and this is going to get a little, like, real, majority of homeless identify as LGBTQ to some degree.
Lots of mental illness, lots of LGBT.
Yes. Yeah.
With the
So
homeless community.
the point I'm trying to make is like Fang and Claw fucked each other.
They definitely fucked each other.
I think maybe they might have been butt buddies before they were like turned into like sexy catmen, and you know like Dr. Savarius rounding up like all these like homeless people for these like freak experiments, but like he's such a funny character because he's paved the way for all the freaky queers on this show.
He has.
The mutates, including like Wolf's mutation, I'm pretty sure he was directly involved with.
Yep.
He made Thalog. You know, Dr. Savarius might just be one of the biggest freaks on this show.
He's like the freak enabler. Like he's the freak daddy.
He's up there in terms of freakitude.
Yeah, we say that like Xanatos is the cause of a lot of stuff. Like Savarius is the cause of just as many fucked up things as Xanatos is.
Yeah.
But he just sort of does his thing like quietly, like nobody bothers him. He's just making freaks in the background. And Xanatos sort of comes on and gets all the credit for it. But like a lot of it is Savarius.
It's just like all the really like, you know, hey. So with that being said, I've got that out of the way. I'll start us off. So for the previously on, it's delivered by Hudson this time.
Yeah.
We get clips from Her Brother's Keeper, basically just showing clips from that episode establishing that Elisa is in fact the sister of Derek Mazza, who was a pilot. And then...
And it is important they establish it, because I feel like it's been like 20 episodes since we've seen Derek.
Yeah, that's like...
who even is this guy?
Well, there's also... I'll talk about that later, because, you know, there's a lot of reliance the show has to do on episodes that aired, like months ago.
Yeah, that was one of the things Greg was bringing up, was that he was like, I think we may have actually put in too many flashbacks in the
I sort of don't think they did, because it had been so long since we've seen these episodes, and the flashbacks are important.
Yeah.
Maybe they go on a little bit too long, but I do think that they do need to be there in this case.
Yeah, well, I mean, in this case, yes, because if you didn't watch the previous episode and you watch this one, you're going to be a little confused.
Yeah.
Like I was when I was a teenager.
And like so much of this episode is like figuring out like who knows what, and if it's been so long since you saw those early episodes, you don't remember who knows what. It's because I didn't when I was taking notes. I was like, I honestly don't remember. Like for instance, like if Elisa's family even knew that Derek was a Catman, I was like, I don't remember if they know. They don't. They're gonna learn later on, but like
so
it's been too long.
We cut to a shot of like the Genutech building. And we have, like, Xanatos just, like, saying, I knew Savarius had a bad reputation. Then it just immediately cuts to, like, Dr. Savarius losing his shit, like, peaked Tim Curry voice, and just, like, I won't let you destroy my work, before pulling out a gun and firing it at Xanatos. And Derek's saving Xanatos by taking the shot. And then Savarius is like, fool, that wasn't a tranquilizer bar. Fool. And then as he's saying that, we just pan over to Fang and Claw, who are just, like, completely, like, shirtless in the cage. Thing's got like torn gym shorts on, and Claw's just in a Speedo.
That was a good episode.
Savarius says it was loaded with the mutagenic formula. Hand to fucking Maggie, who's sitting in the corner looking like a fucking like crying.
Wearing her Tinkerbell dress that she's in.
Like a gender swapped Simba who was like
Mufasa just died. She's such crying about it.
Then we like see. We see like Derek turning into a mutate and like screaming no with like isn't that the scene? Like I think these clips are a little backwards.
I don't know. I never take notes on the previous way.
I thought we used to.
We used to.
Until I started doing it.
I stopped at some point.
I think we stopped when I started doing it.
I've been taking notes on it.
Yeah. So, anyways, it just establishes like that Derek turned into a Catman and he blames Goliath and Savarius
for some reason.
Okay, but the reason why he blames Savarius is because Savarius is to blame.
Right.
I think we can agree on that.
That makes sense.
Well, yeah, but it's
and
just
the reason he blames Goliath is because
Goliath burst in and fucked everything up.
Savarius had lied that he had a cure. He was about to give it to them, and then Goliath goes and kills, as far as he can tell, Savarius.
But like, even in that, wouldn't Talon have also seen that it was clearly accidental that happened?
Well, he's
like
an
Goliath
idiot.
didn't know that the eels were electrified. Right?
Talon's an idiot.
Okay, yes, but that doesn't mean that Goliath didn't ruin his life. At the time, he doesn't think that they're working together right now. Keep in mind.
Yeah, but now he is going to think that.
He will.
Because he's been told that.
We will get to that. But right now, he's just pissed at Goliath because Goliath ruined his life, even if it was accidental. And he's pissed at Savarius for him purposely ruining his life.
That's his reasoning.
He's a very emotionally driven person.
You say emotional, I say unreasonable.
Listen. With that logic, I mean, I could also say a character such as Wolf is emotionally driven.
Wolf is emotionally driven.
He is also
even though he claims to have no emotions. Okay, so the first shot we see in this episode is now just like a fully spandex-clad, like design room finished Talon, and no longer the frumpy, mostly naked Talon that we had seen before in the last time. They decided to make him into a panther, I think, after the last episode, too. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm not sure. I don't think he was a panther before.
Yeah, the character models were not finished for the first episode, basically.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't even notice that.
Does
he look different?
All of their models look different.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Greg's words on it were basically like, he thinks they look much better now, but he wishes they kept the tail from the original model, because apparently they originally had tails.
Oh, that would have been... I love
Yeah,
tails.
there's been a lot of people in the fandom complaining about the fact that the mutates have no tails.
Just add them back on. A secondary mutation. X-Men does it.
Yeah, they sure do.
Yeah. So, like, the moon is like a big, bright yellow and full, and it's like
it always is.
It's funny to me because, like, the moon and, like, Derek's, like, bright green tank top are the things that pop the most in this opening shot. And then we get the title card, The Cage.
Which, I would like to add, he's supposed to be in a blurry silhouette in this shot.
Oh.
He is funny.
Yeah, in the running gag of Greg can never get the animators to actually illustrate a silhouette correctly. Every silhouette in this episode got messed up.
Who is she?
So, like, there's not a single silhouette that was done correctly.
Okay, there's a silhouette later on that I'm going to be very angry about.
Yes,
so, like,
Greg raged about it when he got to that part of the episode.
I can't wait.
Because it was supposed to be a blurry silhouette that you couldn't tell who it was, and it's,
Let's talk about that later on.
Yeah.
But
yes, so this was supposed to be a blurry silhouette that you were supposed to have no idea who it was other than the person had wings. That was the only thing you were supposed to understand.
It's a winged person.
That's incredible.
But instead, we get his bright green tank top and we know exactly who it is.
So, Talon's like flying into the city past a gargoyle statue where it appears we open up on the Mazza family being bundled together for a little dinner in Elisa's apartment. We have Elisa, her parents, and Beth. Elisa sets the table and Beth is like, not bad, sis, a cop who can cook. And then she like starts scooping food onto a plate and she's like, yeah, I should have my own cable show. Winks at camera.
Yeah, another little joke from Elisa. The food looks like sort of just like brown sludge.
I thought it was like ravioli.
It looked like Mary Worth food, if you know what I mean.
It looked like just boiled ravioli in a pot.
It looked like a brown stew, maybe.
I thought
like
it was
maybe
yellow.
like potatoes.
She says it's chicken mole, and chicken mole is supposed to be a brown stew.
Okay, so it looks like it's supposed to look like, I guess.
It's just very funny.
It doesn't look appetizing,
Mole
but in
tastes good, but
real
it's not
life,
like
I'm
that.
sure it's delicious.
Maybe I was like so delirious taking my notes that I didn't even notice what color the food was. But anyways,
in my notes, I was also. I don't think we've seen this room before in Elisa's apartment. So I was confused as to where we were.
Maybe it isn't Elisa's apartment.
Well, it has to be because she's cooking and she's hosting, so I assume it is her place.
Yeah, that's true.
But I just don't think we've seen this room before.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure it is her apartment because she is the one who has skylights.
Yeah.
I don't think any of the rest of her family's gonna have skylights.
Maybe she moved shit around for the party or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Beth responds with, "Remember how Derek used to call dibs on the pot?" And then Elisa just gets super sad and hangs her head down. And Beth is like, "Oh, me and my big mouth. I take a break from school and my brain goes into neutral," which is something I personally feel hardcore. I think I am Beth.
You also voiced Beth in our comic roundtable.
Yeah, she was bumming off of Elisa's couch where she had nowhere else to go.
Yeah, and she was
"Oh, okay. Okay."
So Beth is technically not a new character, but she's only ever appeared in one portrait before outside of the comics.
Okay, I didn't remember. So this is her real first appearance.
Yes, that's one of the reasons why he was like, okay, she needs to have a voice this episode because this is gonna be her first appearance. We can afford to skip one of the Maza members.
The family they have talked about her before though. Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah, their dad asks, "Have you heard from your brother?" And then Elisa's like, "Not yet, but I'm sure he's fine.
I'm sure he's fine.
Totally didn't mutate into a giant gay panther."
Yeah, I'm sure he's fine wherever he is, doing whatever he's doing.
But Derek's he'll check in when he's ready. And then the dad's just like, "1 more week, I'm filing a report."
Yep.
And how long has it been in
so
universe?
according in universe, they mentioned it during this episode. It's only been a couple weeks since he went missing.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's still I would have expected the father to file a report by that point.
Yeah.
Elisa's had to do a lot of talking to him about this, I think.
So, and that should also tell you how long this got delayed, because this is only supposed to take us a couple weeks after the previous episode.
Yeah.
So Elisa starts to try to calm her dad down, but then she stops when Beth exclaims at seeing a dark figure staring at them from outside the window.
Who is she?
Yep, who actually was silhouetted, but at this point
it is a silhouette this time.
But it doesn't actually matter, because they've already slipped up and revealed who it was.
So, Elisa's like, "What's wrong?" And Beth's like, "I thought I saw someone looking in the window." And then Elisa's like, "But we're on the top floor, Beth."
Yeah, you stupid bitch.
And then Beth is like, "Well, it looked like it had chicken wings." Elisa tries to throw a fast one to get her off the trail or whatever, and she just remarks, "Right, and I have web feet."
And then the dad gets in on it. He's like,
God.
"Oh, dad joke time."
And the dad's just at a great duck impersonation and just starts quacking at them.
like Donald Duck impressions or
and
something.
They all laugh. It's like we're taken out of the gritty drama of the show and into a Mary Worth comic, actually.
Oh my god, I could see it happening. And everyone laughs and claps.
So Lisa just looks out the window as an ominous tone plays, and then we fade to the clock tower where we overhear Elisa talking with Goliath, and she's like, "A lie by omission is still a lie. But how can I tell them the truth about Derek?"
They can't handle the truth.
I love her next line here. She's like, "Hi, Mom and Dad. Your son's not missing. He's just been transformed by Xanatos into a bat-winged mutate named Talon."
One of the many. Let's catch the audience up who doesn't know what's going on.
I think it works though.
I do too.
You know.
She's like, and then she just scoffs and she's like, "I don't think so." And then she continues, poor Goliath is just making these concerned faces.
It feels like she's been talking to him for 5 minutes.
She's got
about
a lot
all
of
her
shit
problems,
to say.
and he's just like, "Okay, let's just give her some space. She just needs to vent."
She adds to him. She's like, "And by the way, you gotta be more careful. Beth spotted you tonight outside my window." And Goliath's like, "I wasn't at your window." There. And then Elisa's like, "Then it was one of the others." And Goliath was like,
They're all busy.
Hudson and Bronx are watching TV, and the trio are having gay anal sex in the park.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's actually a concert, but whatever. Who cares? I'm funny.
So, this leads me to my question. Like, does Goliath peep on Elisa, like, often? Because nothing in her tone is like, by the way, like, stop looking in my window, that's weird. It's just like, hey, just be careful when you do that, because I might have people over.
I think
like,
she assumed that he was flying over to
chill and hang out and be like,
and
hey, yo.
Then he saw that there were people there, and he's like, oh shoot, I have to leave.
Maybe it's like
that was the vibe I got.
But the vibe, he is like a shadowy figure looking through her window.
This is like the role play. Like, why don't you wear that thing again tonight,
God.
and I'll swing by, and you just act like no one's watching.
We don't need to talk about my role plays that I've done in the past. Okay? We don't need to talk about
what?
It was a different time in my life.
Okay.
It was in Texas.
We're wow. Okay, Texas is different.
I'm pretty sure I've told you about it before. I'll fill you in later.
No, I know what you're talking about. I actually forgot about that, bringing that up.
Well, I thought that was what you were talking about.
No, I mean, like, I saw where you were going with it, and I just didn't realize we were just breaching on the past here. But here we are.
Here we are.
So, back to the episode. Elisa has a theory. She's like, maybe it's Derek.
Oh my gosh.
And Goliath, like, you know, just kind of groans.
Oh yeah, it's his turn to have like a sad look.
And then Elisa's like, Goliath, what is that? And he's just like, Talon and the other mutates are like back at the castle with Xanatos, and I've seen them flying back and forth from the Ivory building.
And it's been a while. I just have decided not to tell you about this.
Which, I'm just kind of laughing because she's like, well, she's in the middle of doing lives of a mission to her family, and then Goliath
he's
does
also
the exact
doing
same thing
that.
to her.
And okay, speaking of Goliath, I was like Maggie and Derek are fucking dumbasses this episode. Goliath is also a massive dumbass this episode. Like, he does share some of the blame.
He's just like, he's trying to protect Elisa from the fact
is trying to protect
that
her.
Talon and Maggie have become Trump supporters.
Yes, and he
doesn't
want to hurt her by
Elisa
knowing
to know that.
No. But she has to find out sometime, you know?
It's very funny because Greg, when he's discussing Goliath's actions here, brings up that this was set up for the events of the Odin episode.
Okay. That's so far in the future from us.
Oh, like where he gets like hyper protective.
When he goes like crazy about it.
Where like his inhibitions get taken away and he goes full out. Like this was one of the things where he wanted to set up that part of his personality.
He really just has like protective emotional dad energy.
Yeah. So yeah, he brought that up. Like that was one of the reasons why he wanted him to do this, was to show that this was like a flaw in his character.
It's a very attractive flaw to have.
It is a flaw, but it's like a flaw that like turns women on a little bit, you know?
I got plenty of flaws in my guys that turn me on. I mean, like, if the guys aren't flawed, what's the point, you know? That's my...
it gives you something to punish them for.
Yeah. You know? So Lisa's like, Xanatos, why didn't you tell me? And Goliath's like, there didn't seem to be anything you or I could do. Talon's made his choice. I'd hope to spare you this pain. And then Elisa's like, I don't accept that. We've got to get him away from Xanatos, and we need to do that, like, right now. Let's just go right over there. Now. It's like, I feel so bad for Elisa because, like, since the very start of this bullshit arc, she's done everything in her power to prevent all this.
She has. She's tried talking it out. She's taking direct action. She's leaving recordings for people.
She marched into the men's locker room.
She's
done so much, and it's gotten
she's marched up to Xanatos. She's done so much.
Because Talon's got like a brick for a brain.
I mean, I think it's one of those cases where like the more she tries, the more like Talon decides that like, oh well, if she's trying this hard, then like I must be right. I think he's just sort of like one of those people.
Though.
It is, like, so it is.
Stupid.
It's not even just that. I guess I'm going to go into
that. That is
it now.
part of it, though.
It is part of it, and that is part of what's happening. But also, what's happening, because I've had to deal with this before in my life, is someone who's just like Talon. And that's why I actually think he's a well-written character.
I'm getting so worried. I'm like, is he talking about me?
No, not
okay.
I'm not talking about anyone in this room.
I'm like, who is he talking about?
You'll find out once I tell a story.
Okay.
But anyways, so I was friends with someone who, despite, myself, all his other friends, and his family telling him that the person he was dating was no good for him, the more any of them stride, the deeper into it he got.
And sometimes dating works like that.
Yeah,
It's
we were trying to tell him he was in an emotionally abusive relationship. And meanwhile, she was doing everything in her power to cut him off from anyone who might, break it.
Yeah, and you have to wait for him to come around on it.
It took us 2.5 years of trying to push him until she cheated with another guy and it was thrown in his face.
And he finally sees it. And that's something like this is going to happen in this episode.
Yeah.
So that's a very interesting.
Yeah. So
similarity.
It is very obvious to me looking at it that he is in an emotionally abusive relationship, canonically, whether it's sexual or not. It is an emotionally abusive relationship he's trapped in.
It is, and it is sexual also.
Okay, yeah, it is. But
it's so hard to break someone out of that.
Yeah, it's so hard to break someone out of it, and the same thing is happening that happened to my friend in real life, which is if he were to accept what people are saying, then he has to take responsibility for everything bad that's been happening to him.
And that's really hard to do.
And he could not do that until he was given no other choice.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing that's happening to Talon. Talon, later on this episode, to skip ahead slightly, Talon will speak to Xanatos, and it will become crystal clear to anyone with a brain that there's no way that Goliath and what's his face? Severius could be working together. And even Xanatos is aware of this. And Xanatos is like, okay, well, as soon as he calms down and isn't angry, he's going to realize that I've been manipulating him and this is over. And that's why Xanatos storms in and just reveals it when he does, so he keeps control of the situation.
Yeah. He reveals it when he wants to, so that he can...
Because he realizes that as soon as Derek actually calms down for a minute and thinks about what's happening, he'll realize that Xanatos is the one who's behind all of this.
The issue is that Derek sort of never calms down because he's so stupid.
Yeah.
He just keeps flying off the handle the whole episode.
Yeah. Pretty much. Which, Xanatos is purposely keeping him angry because he knows that if he calms down, he's going to lose control of Talon.
So bad.
Anyways, that's my whole ramble on why I actually like the writing with Talon.
That's a good point. And that's something to take into consideration. I still get headaches, but
That's fair. Having lived through that in real life, holy shit, was it a lot of headaches. It is very painful to watch.
It is.
Yeah.
But there are still more... I have more tricks up my sleeve that I know that you will not be able to refute. So let's wait just a little bit longer.
Alright, let's continue.
So Goliath carries Elisa to Xanatos' tower.
He princess carries her.
He does.
So
She's
cute.
such a queen. They land on a ledge nearby, and who do we see looking down at them but a bunch of fucking freaks?
A bunch of hotties up there.
We see Fang to the left, who is the brown one in the shredded tank top, and the blue
we all know
briefs,
someone like that.
and Talon in the middle with that bright green tank top and the blue briefs, and Claw, who's just wearing blue briefs.
Are we sure that's Claw?
You're right. Okay.
There's a close-up of him that looks so
This
bizarre.
reminded me of that scene from Monty Python.
Yes!
Where they're looking down at them. It
From the French
reminds me
castle.
of the fucking guard making faces at the
Fart in your
knights.
general direction.
Literally.
Your mother smelted elderberries.
So once they land, I guess Talon commands the other two big boys to attack. He calls them by name for the first.
Yes.
Is the first time? I think it's the first time. Maybe.
I think Talon gets name dropped in the previous one, but Claw definitely doesn't.
What about Fang?
Sorry, Fang gets name dropped. I will always confuse Fang and Talon's and Claw's names. They're too similar.
They are very similar.
It's okay because you won't mix them up with Maggie.
That's
We're
true.
gonna keep these. She should change her name to what
She's
should Maggie change
so
her name to?
boring, Maggie.
She should be
all she
nail,
does.
fingernail. That's me. She should do
good lord.
something.
Like fucking labia or some like kind of like. All right, so first like it's the establishment of Fane and Claw's names finally, and second of all, why does like Claw look like this?
There's this shot of Claw. It looks bizarre.
So his model wasn't finished yet.
Claw usually has orange square, and here he is white. He's got white teeth instead of orange, and they're very, very sharp and pointed to a ridiculous degree, which they normally aren't.
And he has
He's
like
got
brown
eyeliner.
fur. He has eyeliner.
Which is weird.
Like it looks like it was originally one of the
stripes.
others that they realized they had to like recolor last minute, but they didn't even like do a good job of doing that. It's just a mistake.
It's also
It
funny.
It looks nothing.
It does look very strange.
Like, they cultivated, like, everyone's designs, and I guess, like, when they were getting that one through, like, his design wasn't ready yet, but God bless them, they're trying.
I mean, like, putting together a cartoon involves, like, communication between so many departments, and just something got screwed up for this one shot.
Yeah, because, like, anytime anything gets screwed up for any shot, it's, like, a month, because they have to mail it.
Yeah, because they have to mail it back and forth across the Pacific.
Across the Pacific to get it changed.
Yeah, so sometimes it's just not possible.
He commands them to attack, and they, like, so this all happens very fast. So first they swoop in after Goliath, Fane and Claw do, the boyfriends.
Yeah.
Claw, like, uses his fat ass to try and knock Goliath to the ground, but Goliath, like, pushes up against him with his leg. And meanwhile, to his left, he's choking the shit out of Fane.
Yeah, like, Goliath wrecked their shit. He just instantly grabs Fane.
I don't even think, like, Fane,
no.
like, hit him directly
Fane didn't even get any contact.
Like,
He's just grabbed.
Claw just, like, landed on him, and Fane was just kind of next to him. And then, like, Goliath just immediately, like, so he, like, uses his leg to, like, flip Claw off of him. And Claw does this, like, super gratuitous somersault in the air where we see on like full tiger Tony the Tiger ass cheeks exposed and bulging through the crack in his Speedo, like, legs spread like a French whore. And the whole time I'm looking at this sequence frame by frame, I'm just thinking to myself, how the hell did Greg get away with this? It's insane.
Fun.
It's
and like he flings him directly at the camera too. Yeah. So we got a close up.
Eat your heart out, Tony the Tiger. Like, damn. And I think this image of like Goliath choking Fane represents a lot of Fane's lifestyle choices.
Yeah. So I would like to point out that what I really enjoy about this is that they go in, instead of trying to make the mutates some big threat, they immediately start off like, the mutates are a bunch of homeless people off the streets. They don't know how to fight.
They don't know how to fight. Like, they have brute strength, but like Goliath has technique,
And it's something we'll see again and again throughout the episode, is that, like, sure, they've got powers, but that doesn't make them know how to fight when they haven't had any training.
So, like, Goliath growls and tosses Fang's masochistic ass to the side, and like Goliath just gets up and does like a big old roar while flexing his arms and titties and stretching his muscles
to no one,
and
just because he wants to.
While he's doing that, Talon sneaks up and ambushes him from like above and behind him, and we see like a close up of like Talon's like little panther feet, like his toes and everything, like, and then we see like
Wiki loves those.
We see like Goliath, like a nice little upskirt shot as he's like falling down after being like ambushed by Talon, and he bumps his noggin and Talon lands in front of him and roars at him like, "Roar, I'm gonna get you."
Yeah, I can roar too.
He like stomps his like big old panther feet over, and from Goliath's sides, Fane and Claw also close him in. And I sent this image of like, it looks like Talon, Claw, and Fane are about to gang bang Goliath.
Yeah,
I sent this photo to my friend E91 Tech Ninja.
Oh yeah.
And he sent me a song in response. It was like called 4 Big Guys by like Dig Bar Gay Raps, and it was just like a satirical rap about a 4-way between 4 big guys.
Okay.
Well, that is what this image represents.
Yeah, it's like what this. Yeah, so then like before they can gangbang him, Elisa pulls out her gun, holstering it, and she's like, "Hold it right there, Derek! Stop! We came to see you."
This went from 0 to 11 so fast. Like she's pulled a gun on her brother. It's like you all
because he's
chill.
like trying to kill her.
Yeah,
boyfriend.
like it's so much already.
Yeah.
So Goliath takes that opportunity to ollie the fuck out in the impending gangbang. He flies around, and as they watch, Talon just fires a laser beam and hits Goliath square in his titty.
Mm-hmm.
Goliath, like, falls to the ground. We see, like, his full-on taint as we do this. Like, I actually think they...
Yes!
Yeah, like I don't know if it's a coloring mistake, but like it's all purple.
It's not just a coloring mistake, like because there's supposed to be a loincloth flap coming down, and it's just missing.
Yeah, and he has like a Ken doll.
Yeah.
Like very.
It looks like an action figure.
Yeah,
bro.
very erotic.
If Wolf saw that, he would go feral. Goliath is always so goddamn muscular when he's in pain. He was like on the floor in pain, writhing after that. And it's like Manicorn has said before, all his emotions are manifested through his titties, and I guess like his other muscles also coincide with his emotions. It's almost like people have body language when they're feeling upset or something.
I don't believe that. That's crazy.
Elisa runs up and she's like, "Oh my god, baby, your titties." And then she like turns to Derek and she's all like, "You shot my boyfriend in the boob." And then she's like, "You shot him in his most vulnerable area, his boobies, you idiot. Those things are like mammary glands. Those mammary glands of his need to be protected." And she's like, "Derek, please." And Derek is just like declaratively like, he's like stomping his big old panther feet over and he's like, "Stand away from him. He's my enemy."
And she is your sister.
Oh god.
Says our favorite, our problematic fave.
"She's your sister." Ohio written voice off to the side, just like, "She's your sister."
I couldn't believe when we did the flashback later that they included her line that she's from Ohio.
I
could
hate
not fucking believe that they
like
made
every
us
time
watch that again.
Well, that's why it's so iconic, is because it appears in multiple episodes.
So many times.
So how about the fact that this voice actress is the same as Princess Catherine?
Is she?
Yes, because that's all I could fucking hear.
Okay, she does a good, like, Scottish brogue.
Well,
sort of.
She sounds like almost like Princess Catherine when she speaks as Maggie,
that's
too.
so funny.
So it's like annoying. I kind of like, it's not on the actress because I'm sure she's trying her best, but like I wish she like made it more like Midwest sounding, like Ohio,
Yeah,
like a Valley girl. But she just sounds like Princess Catherine.
I think
we
that,
already
like,
hate.
She's sort of written to be like a Valley girl, sort of. That could have been an interesting.
If I wrote
different
Maggie,
take.
I could have fixed her probably.
We could have fixed her.
So the point of this scene was clearly, whether it worked or not, we're not going there. But what was intended
Everyone's tempers are running
was
high.
to be showing that because just like Maggie was supposed to be written as a weak woman, so to speak.
They did that for sure.
Talon's also supposed to be an example of a weak man.
Yes.
And the idea is that they're supposed to be shown
together they can be strong.
They can be strong because they're covering for each other's weaker parts.
Does that come through?
No. But that was what Greg said was the intention.
Not
so
really.
I'm just stating that for the...
I do think that is a good intent. Like, because some people, like, they are better together than apart. I don't think Derek and Maggie are.
So wearing like her like green like panty leotard, she does like this fairy leap down off the like the ledge of the building. I can't get over how dainty she looks.
I will say I do sort of like her look now. Like, I sort of like her longer hair. Like, she does look, she has like a sort of ethereal presence now.
She jumps down like she's Jesus on the cross.
Yeah, her arms
out. Like a white woman jump scare. Like, for my friend Tony, like when I showed him this scene, he seemed to be under the impression that there's no way this woman is 20 years old. Like, he was like looking at her, and he made the determination that this is a middle-aged
Is she meant to be 20 years old?
Yeah.
I thought, even when she was a human, she didn't look young. I thought she was like...
She's been through some rough times.
She has, and that does age a person.
She looks like a Karen. Like, she looks like a middle-aged white woman.
Yeah, I thought she was like 30, maybe.
So she like daintily lands and places her decrepit little fingers on Talon's shoulders. And she's like, "Baby, quit swinging your big K cock around like that. It's hurting people." And Maggie's like, "Are you gonna attack your sister too?" And then Talon's just like, "Oh, Maggie, get out of the way. Get your flat ass white girl pussy out of the way."
While we're bringing up ages, though,
Oh boy.
I do want to say, not only do we know Maggie's age, we know all of the mutates' ages.
Yeah, can we get into that?
Claw's
Let's get into
like
that.
40, right?
Oh, he's like a DILF.
Yes. So Claw was born in 1954.
Oof! Yo, he's like not even like
okay,
that.
so he was 40
He's
when
like,
the show started.
I think he might be around the same age as Wolf. I think he's a few years older than Wolf.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's a few years older than Wolf.
Fang was born in 1968, and Talon
Okay.
was born in 1970.
Okay,
and
so they're
Maggie was born
around
in
the same.
1975.
And Fang?
Interesting.
Sorry. Fang was 1968.
So he's dating a man that's 14 years older than him.
Nice.
Good for Fang.
Age is just a number.
Fang, like, he doesn't give a shit, like, what he's sticking his dick in. He just wants pussy all the time.
Yeah, he
that
just
is-
wants pussy all
But
the
that
time.
is why Claude looks notably the oldest in the future tense.
He's
Yeah,
also
he's
the
gonna have like
hottest.
white in his beard and stuff like that. Cause
Oh
he's
my
already
god, he
the
looks
oldest,
so
yeah.
hot like that.
So
He
good.
looked-
I
yeah.
can't wait.
I-
Seasoned.
Feature tense is gonna be a two-part.
Not to mention he's probably like in his 80s by that point, which just shows like the mutant lifespan maybe like provides longevity.
I love a beefcake 80-year-old.
Or
So good.
yeah. So, anyways, back to Maggie. She doesn't even like have a dick that remotely compares to like any of the other women in the show. It's like compared to Demona, like what is the point of even having a dick if you're a woman?
She reminds me of this scene from Will and Grace where it's like a little dog and it's like, please stop
Here's
the
Derek
fighting.
just being all
I can't
pussy-whipped.
stand the fighting.
So, like, part of the reason she exists was because Greg was worried that, like, the other women, if he didn't provide contrast,
They
like,
wouldn't
they would look
be
as oppressive.
as
So we needed to,
cool.
like, find a place
So
to
we
include a
need
weaker
to-
character to make Elisa and Damone and everyone else look better.
We need to make this character significantly
Like,
unlikable so that the other women are so much cooler in
Like,
contrast.
it might be, like, not that I can, like, offer Greg, like, critique on a show that's, like, 30 years
that
too old for him to
all-
go back and fix anything.
isn't
Like,
that
maybe
all we
instead of,
do?
like, a weak woman, maybe just, like focus on, like, the passivity,
Yeah.
maybe? Or, like,
Well-
there's plenty of ways to be strong without being, like, action-oriented,
Well,
you
like,
know?
that's what he's trying to do with having
Well,
her be,
he
like, emotionally
didn't
strong.
do
I
it,
know!
But
Like,
Maggie is
that was
like
his goal.
she is the only person speaking sense in this scene. I will say that when she first showed up, I was like, oh, like maybe I was wrong about Maggie. Even if you look in my notes, I kept being like, oh, like Maggie's being really smart though. Like maybe I'm back on the Maggie train, and like she's actually a character I enjoy. By the end of the episode, I will recant that.
Yeah.
But for this scene, I was like, she's being great. Like she's saying intelligent things.
Yes. And then stuff happens.
And then stuff happens.
We will get to. There were writing issues in this episode. We know
So Derek's just being all pussy whipped, like, oh Maggie, don't cuckold me right now. You'll make me jizz all over Goliath's face like that. And apparently Maggie's voice actress, Lola Bunny from the Space Jam movie.
Yep.
I saw that too.
it. Yeah.
The,
I saw
the
that.
original Lola.
I also forgot she also voices the Weird Sisters.
What? All three of them?
Yeah.
Okay, she does.
Well, I don't know if it's all three of them. She definitely voices like, the one that sounds like Princess
Yeah.
Catherine.
Like I don't know about her Maggie voice. I think every other voice she does on this show is great. So like
Yeah.
I will say that she is a great actress.
No, she is. I just don't think
It's
Maggie
fine.
is the right
I think
fit.
it's the material. more than
Yeah,
anything
no,
else.
definitely
That
the
doesn't
material.
You know?
Working with the material, like, here's your material, and she looks at Maggie, she's like, oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And then she's like, Derek, please, I hate all the fighting.
Yeah.
She says without an ounce of ballsack testosterone in her voice.
Yeah.
I will say okay, so.
I love that as a voice actress. She's basically a regular on the show, but that's between
Yeah,
like
she's
7 different
around all the time.
characters.
Particularly when it's so unnecessary.
And then,
Says.
this fucking smug asshole named Xanatos comes around the corner with a big old grin on his
Oh
face.
my god. Everyone's up
I
on
love how he
Castle
doesn't
Wyvern,
care.
dropping sick one-liners
Like, he
before watching
knows
on
he's
set.
he's just mentally, instigated all of this. That's even a
Like,
fucking
yeah, and he
word.
just has to watch the chaos
He's
that he's
like,
unleashed.
hey, yeah,
He's
so
like,
I heard you guys
yeah.
are all fighting over me, huh?
I'm
Yeah.
so hot and cool.
Yeah. It's like he knows he drives every one of them crazy just by being there. And then he approaches the group of mutates and he just continues to like them. And he's like, I appreciate that you're protecting our hometown.
Our home.
But Goliath and Elisa are always welcome here. Like, he's
I'm
just like
always wanna
separating them from the family in that sentence.
Yes. But also he's like, Goliath, Elisa, anytime you want to join the polycule, I've got a spot open for you.
Yeah.
In case you want to be treated like a lab rat and have your like jock strap like around your neck and all that.
Yeah.
So then he just like gestures towards Elisa and Goliath. And he's just like callously like, they are not the enemy.
Oh my god.
And then Elise is just like, right, he
is the fucking enemy.
She's like, this is fucking stupid, everybody.
She points directly at him.
And then Maggie, is this when you started kind of backing up? Where she's like, no, he's our only chance to be human again.
Okay. I will give her some slack on this one. She's desperate. Desperate people do stupid things.
She's desperate. She's near suicidal.
I do think it is fucking stupid that she still thinks Xanatos will help her. Because in her first episode, she was also on the Xanatos train. And we were like, she's gotta figure this out. And it's stupid that she hasn't figured it out by now.
Talon or Maggie hasn't figured it out, and they're making it Fane and Claws probably.
So, like,
we're just there.
I got iffy on her here. I go back on board with her at the end of the scene, and then I'll like fully dump on her by the end of the episode.
So then, like,
that's my path.
Talon argues with his sister to stir the pot, and is like, "No, Goliath caused this. Actually, the man you've been sleeping with, Goliath and Dr. Severius, they both turned me into a creature, and Severius was just about to give me the antidote when, and then we just get like a full dedicated." Few minutes,
we get like 2 minutes,
where we have like a full flashback sequence from Metamorphosis, where Severius is about to inject Derek with the quote-unquote cure. When Goliath bursts in with the other gargoyles, the whole fight sequence happens, and we see like Severius's like whole death sequence by Eels, where he's convulsing on the ground. I put that he's convulsing like a cartoon character, but he is a cartoon character.
Oh my gosh, people act like cartoon characters sometimes in this show, and it always like takes me out, because normally they act very, like...
Well, it's very funny, because in the original episode, as you might remember, like, Xanatos comes back in, like, a minute later, he's like, Anton, what was that? You completely overacted.
Yes, you were completely overacting.
I forgot about that.
You do this every time. And Anton's like, I thought I was wonderful. I was like, no, you weren't.
Yeah, so, like, I will totally excuse it, because, like, it's just characterization. It's not...
Oh my god.
We fade back to the current confrontation after that flashback, and then Talon goes, Severius is dead, along with our hopes of ever being human again.
Goth jock.
And Maggie just, like, weakly cradles herself into Talon's bosom in his massive furry pecs. It's so funny, like, as, like, traumatized and angsty all of them are, they're just like, oh, we can't be human anymore, and then they just, like, embrace each other's, like, titties and admire the fur while they're saying that.
Meanwhile, Fine in the background is like, I kind of like not being a human, though.
What does Fane's psychotic opinion of himself not even matter? Like... and then it's like, Elise is just confused, and she's like, wait, no, wait a second. No one died that night.
Yeah, she's like, hold up. Did you not listen to my detailed recording about that?
No, the recording was...
I know it wasn't about that.
That
hadn't happened yet. I know.
Bring up that recording again after that episode. I'm so pissed. And then Talon, like, argues with her again. He's like, I saw it with my own 2 eyeballs that were undergoing mutations at the time, so I know it happened.
Meanwhile, like, Elisa has seen Severius, like, 18 times since that happened. But does she say that to Derek?
She specifically states that he's alive.
Elisa bestows...
No, what she says is, where Xanatos is involved, what you see isn't always the truth.
Yeah, just words of
Which
wisdom.
is like, okay, that's great that you say that, and that is true, but you need to, like, say specifically, though, like, I have seen Severius.
When you're dealing with someone who's in an emotionally abusive relationship, you start to learn that if you start saying the truth directly to them, they won't listen, and then you have to start sidestepping.
If she has, I do feel like she has the information, she should at least give it. And then if he chooses not to listen to it, okay. But, like, she should at least be like, you have all the facts.
So Talon just continues to, like, manifest his Giga Chad energy to ignore Elisa's feminine rantings, and he just says, same song, same tune. Goliath has you snowed, and what the fuck
what does that mean? Thank you. I was
snowed. It's like what? That sounds sexual.
Okay, I think it is a sex thing.
Snowballing.
Yeah, snowballing.
Like
when he said snowed, I wrote down what does that mean.
You.
I was hoping one of you knew.
I actually do know what it means.
Okay.
Because snowed is a term that means to mislead or charm someone with elaborate and insincere words.
Who uses this term?
It is mostly
drama
used
queens.
From New York over to about Michigan.
Oh,
Okay.
That part of the country.
Real New Yorkers know the snowed thing.
You're from New York, you don't even know
I'm
that.
not New York enough
Oh,
sometimes,
damn.
you know?
I mostly know because I have family in Michigan, and
Snowed.
that's who I learned it from, and I had to look it up at the time.
What? Okay.
Because I'm like, what? And then I'm like, oh.
Snowed you.
Talon continues, he's like, he and Savarius are to blame, and he needs you to protect him from me.
That
And
is
then-
so funny.
I hated that.
Okay, he's trying to like rant so much about
I
this,
hated
and it's
it.
like it made me laugh the whole time. Because I'm like, you're so
It's
stupid.
like it's like so stupid. Like Goliath is just like not even dealing with the shit anymore. He just puts a hand on Elisa's shoulder.
Yeah, he's just like,
"We're not
okay,
helping here. Let's just leave.
time to
We're
go.
making things worse just by existing, apparently."
And like they fly off, and like Talon
Talon,
keeps ranting at them for like a
"Oh,
minute.
you getting scared, big monster man? You should be.
And like Goliath can't hear you anymore because he's flown away by this point, and
Yeah.
he just keeps
Shaking
It's
his
because he's not talking. None of that was aimed at Goliath. It was all aimed at trying to keep himself from having to think about what.
He's just trying. He's finding a reason for Goliath to be the enemy.
Right. This wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't about Goliath. It was about himself.
So like,
And that's why he keeps going when Goliath is gone.
yeah.
None of those words were meant to convince Goliath. He's trying to convince himself of what he's saying is true.
Savarius is lucky he's dead. Watch your back, Goliath. She won't always be there to protect you, and I'm coming for you.
I do think it is kind of sweet that like Elisa's got to protect Goliath. Like that
That
is kind
annoys
of
the
nice.
shit out of me, man.
It's the worst.
So then, like, Maggie, like, segues into the scene, because I guess she exists too, and then she's like, wait, babe, hold the floor one more.
Yeah.
What if she's actually
What if-
right about
Yeah.
something? Though, do you think that's, like, possible that she's right about something, actually?
So this
like,
is when I went back on the train. I
what
was
if-
like, thank you. Like, yeah, you at least have a brain
what
today.
if Savarius ain't dead? And then Talon's just like, well, if he isn't dead, he won't be for long. He won't be not dead for long.
Because I'm gonna fucking kill him.
Because I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna sit my fat ass on his face and smother him like the Meg from Desperate Living. I love that scene. And then it's like, it's like he's a big fuzzy sheep at this point. I don't know why he's a panther. We fade to Owen, who's in like...
Thank God Owen is here. Here to lift my spirits.
He's in like an office within the building, and like Xanatos approaches him, and they both like watch Goliath and Elisa leave, and he's just like to Owen, he's like, tell Savarius to like disappear for like a little while.
It's a little dangerous out there.
It's a little dangerous. Then we fade to the parking lot of Genutech, where none other than our man Vinny.
Our boy is here.
Yes. So, as you might notice, he is now using his proper voice for the first time.
Yes, because I believe Mr. Greitweifen himself has stepped in
Yes.
for this role. As Vinny Grigori? Is that his
Yes,
name?
because while they were writing this episode, they came up with the idea for the Vinny episode.
And because they already didn't have any voice actors, he had to do it himself.
So,
The Vinny episode, isn't that also Wolf's Finest Hour?
Yeah.
Oh god, I can't wait. That's my favorite episode, maybe, possibly, and anybody who says it's bad needs to fucking...
Agreed. It's such a good episode.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite episode, but it is definitely a good episode.
I can't wait to
people-
take the steaming
mainstream
shit on that episode and have
straight-
you both fight me.
I know.
Mainstream straight Gargoyles fans, like, rank that as the worst episode.
It's not the worst episode.
Not even close.
It's like, good lord. Well, I mean... Anyways, I'll be ready to fight you on that.
Yeah, I am. I know. I'm ready for it.
You are not going to survive.
I'm gonna be like, pies are stupid, and you're gonna be like, die, bitch.
Literally, that's gonna be me. I'm going to go all out with my information.
I'm ready.
I think people should be afraid of.
I'm ready
when we get to that
I'm ready
episode.
to take it all.
Well, that's not till like a year from now when we
It's gonna
finally
be
reach.
so fun.
So we fade to the parking lot of so Vinny's on the watch in like his little like toll booth, like as like the parking lot guard at Genutech, and he's like reading a newspaper that has I think the clock tower on the front of the newspaper.
Ooh, I didn't notice that.
Savarius walks by, and as he's leaving the building, he like waves goodbye to Vinny, and he's like making his way to the car.
Aw, that's nice that they
When
know
like
each other.
suddenly a shadowy winged figure just hovers over Savarius, startling him. And then swoops down and picks him up.
Picked him up, and he's just gone.
He's just fucking gone.
So this is the shadow that pissed me off, because I went back, I went frame by frame.
This is one of the
So
ones.
the shadow looks like it is Talon. The shadow appears to have kitty cat ears on the head, but it is not. It's going to turn out it's not Talon who has kidnapped Savarius. However, the shadow looks like Talon, and that makes me very annoyed because it isn't.
So what he told the artists was that this was going to be Goliath, but that the audience was supposed to think it was Talon, so make sure it could be confused.
So is it meant to be like the wingtips maybe? Like look like points on the head?
But when he got it back, they just straight up drew
Talon
silhouette. And he's like, oh my god.
That's not what I wanted.
Like I said, every single silhouette in this episode gets screwed up.
I have an explanation. So you know those like cat ear headphones that streamers wear? Yeah. Goliath does a little streaming in his spare time, and he just wore those cat ear headphones to this kidnapping that he's arranging. But like, I got so mad because I was like, I could see that it was Talon. And then actually, like, I was tricked by the rest of the episode because I kept thinking it was Talon who kidnapped Savarius. Because I was like, because I saw that it was him though, but it isn't.
Yeah. So yes.
Okay, so then Elisa pulls up to like Vinny's post, trying to enter the parking lot, flashing her badge to him like, I'm looking for Dr. Savarius. Vinny's like, you just missed him. I think he was heading home. That's my Vinny voice.
His beautiful Vinny voice.
And then the shadowy winged figure, I guess it might be another one. I'm not entirely sure how it.
So this one is Talon, who
this
like
one's actually Talon.
Who Elisa sees.
Okay, yeah, I could tell because like it looks like his butt is like wearing briefs and not a loincloth.
So, yeah, that's how you know.
Yes.
By looking
so
at
once
the butt.
again, this was supposed to be a blurry shadow that you weren't supposed to tell if it was Goliath. But this time they made it the right person.
The shadowy figure's details, like he has like a really ample butt to make it look like he's wearing underwear.
He did have a really big butt, and I'm like, I appreciate it. He does.
I mean, like that's where all his brains went, I guess.
Yeah, that's why he needs to be spanked there to make the
we're
brains
gonna see
work.
some emails that talk about that after the episode's done.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
My friend Aqua.
I saw he sent an email in. I haven't read any of them. Oh.
They crush on Talon.
That's great.
They made his butt too round at the end of the day for the shadow figure. I never thought I'd say that.
Really?
Yeah.
Too round?
How do I do that? Like, how did
I don't know.
Because it's Talon. So Vinny holds his hand out of his little toll booth. He's like, oh, it's starting to rain. And then she, Lisa, in her car, leans forward and notices, the winged figure with a nice ass on the roof. And she just says out loud to herself, Goliath, my guardian angel. Isn't that kind of, it's weird because that's actually her brother, but she's, kind of turned on by seeing
Later on, she'll pretend that this didn't happen.
Goliath, absolutely right.
Goliath and his perfect round ass. Yes.
There it is.
There it is, up there.
I look up at it every day.
Yes. That is an ass I like to look at.
I could tap that sometime.
Totally not related to that ass by blood at all. So, and then Vinny hears her kind of mumble the guardian angel line. He's just like, what? And then Elisa's like, nothing. Mind if I take a look around? And then she pulls up next to Savarius's car. She gets out and notices his briefcase on the ground with his name tag on it.
With his name, which is spelled incorrectly.
Oh, is it actually?
Yes, it's spelled Savarius.
Well,
and they're a large chunk. I remember back in the day, Gargoyle fans weren't sure what the proper spelling of his name was. But in official material, it was Savarius. But in the episode, it's Servarius. But then in some official material, it's also Servarius. So no one knew. Nowadays, we just say it's Savarius because that's how the characters in the show say it.
It's brings to
and how Greg always spells it.
Yes. It's like does every briefcase in NYC have a name?
Yeah, because I remember last episode the guy was looking at the briefcase too for it and be like, "There's no name on this," and I was like, "Most briefcases don't have a name on it, but okay."
We fade away to what looks to be some kind of underground abandoned railroad system or something like that beneath the city's sewer system.
So this was first seen in Awakening. It is one of Cyberbiotics' underground labs. It's the underground lab that Hudson and Bronx went to invade.
Oh, that's really interesting. I'm glad they repurposed that.
I thought it was really good that they brought that back, and that's how everyone knows it got there later on. Because it's the only one that Goliath would know about.
Yeah.
So in this little area, we see Sevarius has been put into a titular cage.
Yep.
Which is not actually the titular cage, but
it's like the final shot of the episode.
Wait,
too.
yeah, wait.
I mean, I can discuss it when we get there. I can tell you now. Which would you prefer?
When we get there.
Okay.
Keep it to yourself.
He's like making a conversation with his captor during the scene, who we don't see, and he doesn't address his captor by name either. So it's like kind of annoying.
Damn it, Sevarius.
He's like, "You can't keep me here. What you're asking for is impossible." And then the shadowy figure like growls, and it's so funny because it's like hearing like the growl. It's just like, oh, okay. But, you know, like, you have to be, like, really, like, audibly sensitive.
And you can clearly see his loincloth hanging down in the
Anyone can wear a loincloth. It proves nothing.
That's true.
It proves nothing.
Uh-huh.
You know, when I first watched this episode as a teenager, I didn't fucking know. Like, I watched this episode with my straight friend as a teenager, and I was trying to introduce him to Gargoyles.
Nice.
This was, like, our first episode together.
I mean, if your friend likes beefy animal men.
I don't think he'll ever admit to that.
I think every time the first time I watched this, and every other time I've ever watched it, I do always think that Talon kidnapped him, because I always see the silhouette and think it's Talon. Even as a kid, I was like, it's Talon.
I mean, I remember going...
And then I was annoyed.
I remember going into this, and I was just like, okay, well, that's kind of funny, I guess.
Like, I did, like, vaguely remember it turns out to be Goliath, but I was like, it can't be Goliath, though, because...
So, like...
Because they would never be an animation episode.
They would never do that.
How many animation episodes does this episode have again?
There's been a couple.
So the shadowy figure growls and points at the nearby machine equipment, and Sevarius responds with, "I won't do it! I won't do it!"
Won't do it.
And then we just transition casually back to Xanatos Towers. And Xanatos is just in like his giant crazy library. We saw that library briefly during the City of Stone saga.
He's in the library from Disney's Beauty and the Beast. He is in the most beautiful library that's ever been constructed. And I envy him deeply for having this.
So, while he's sitting in his mastermind library, Owen enters the room and, like, reports, "It would appear that Dr. Sevarius is unreachable." And then Xanatos is like, "Unreachable? You mean Talon got to him first?" And then we see, like, I love this scene coming up.
The scene is insane.
I love it. I love it. No one ruined this for me. We see Fang, Maggie, and Claw all eating at a table together having dinner. There's like all these like little chicken bones being tossed to the side in like this little corner, and there's like a pile of them that's been building. And Fang, with a chicken wing in his hand, tries to make conversation with Claw. He's like, "So, Claw, how do you like the chow?"
Such a jerk.
And then Cloud doesn't even respond. And then Fang just heartily responds, "What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?" And then he proceeds to like just give like a belly laugh at his own joke.
Yeah.
He thinks he's so
Such a brat.
fucking funny.
Listen.
The disillusioned ego of this man is just like immediately more fascinating than any of the drama going on.
He's such an asshole.
He's so hot. Like, it's not fair. I'm like so attracted to someone like that, and it's a problem. So Claude just like turns away shyly and doesn't even like want to look at him because he knows he's being teased right now. And then it's like, and then the next thing, like Maggie pitches in and she's like, "You know he hasn't spoken since the transformation. He's got trauma, you trigger-happy incel."
He's got trauma.
Thing, like, he tries to explain the joke for her, like, Maggie's not getting it. He's like, wait, no, but
That's
like...
not the issue, though!
Cat got his tongue, come on, don't you get it? It's funny.
God.
I'm a funny guy, you know?
Like, all of the mutates are canonically mentally ill.
Yes!
And I'm not saying that like to be mean, but no, they're
No,
all canonically
like-
mentally ill
yeah.
for different
Right.
reasons.
They
right.
all need treatment.
Kind of like the pack, but like the mutates are more docile, except
Yeah.
Fang. Fang
Yeah.
is like the only boisterous one trying to have a good time through the chaos. Fang strikes me as someone who would have thrived growing up in Florida.
Probably.
As someone who grew up in Florida. I think I relate to Fang's level of
Like,
neurodivergence.
he's a swamp man. You can see that in him.
So it's like, you know, he's like the only one there trying to have a good time, and Maggie and Clark both just like, shut up, we're traumatized. Like,
Before we go on, I also wanted to ask, so like the only food we see them eating are like chicken legs? Because they're cat people now, like has that changed their diet? Do they only eat meat?
I have not seen anything from Greg on that subject.
Like, that's
but
the
it's
only
entirely
food that they're
possible.
eating.
So, like,
It's not a balanced meal.
like, watching this, you could think Fang's like a big bully, but like Fang's approach to the situation, the way he processes trauma, is very different from everyone else around him, which strikes me as he's the kind of guy who grew up in rough times and is just so used to every raw deal he gets in life, to the point where he doesn't even care at this point. Then Talon flies in with the trauma crowd and he's like so annoying because he just like suddenly out of surprise announces to him, "Hey, that doctor's death was nothing but a fucking act. There's no way that motherfucker pulled it off without any help." It's like, gee, if only someone told you that.
That thing that I was just told.
That thing Elisa was telling you about. It's like he finds out himself. He's just like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it. Why didn't your fucking sister, bro?" Ugh.
And like, I get that he had to figure out
it.
himself. Like, I get that he had to like verify, like trust but verify.
How
sure.
good is Xanatos' pussy to the point where like
It must
he
be
just
insane.
completely I mean,
It must be so good.
But
like now that he's figured it out for himself, though, shouldn't he then reevaluate other things Elisa has told him and be like, oh, maybe she was telling the
if
truth
he
about those
wasn't
things
in
too.
an emotionally abusive relationship, maybe. But if you look at people in a real world emotional relationship, anytime they find something that should cause them to reevaluate, they instead will scramble
They
to
double
find
down.
some way to fit it into their existing worldview.
Oh my god.
This is just how people in an emotionally abusive relationship
so
act.
Annoying.
It is very annoying. Was incredibly annoying to live through. But like this is how people act in this situation. It's very realistic.
How to help them.
Fane with the drumstick chicken in his hand is like, "So who do you figure?" And then Talon responds, "Well, who else? Goliath kicked him in the eel tank. He must be in on it."
He must be.
I was like rubbing my temples at that line. So Maggie just softly responds with, "I don't think so."
Let me have my own meaningful flashback
And then, like,
to explain.
Fane is like off to the side eating chicken, and then like Fane takes the chicken and plops it out of his mouth, and just like points at her accusatorily. It's just like you're some kind of expert on evil monsters. Like, what is that supposed to mean?
Sylvarius is the evil
is
monster.
Fane an expert on evil monsters?
He's referring to Gargoyles as evil monsters.
Oh, the Gargoyles.
Fane is like,
And he's saying that
wants-
Maggie doesn't have a clue what she's talking about because she doesn't know anything about these
But
people.
she's been with them the most out of any of y'all.
I thought it meant that Fane was like secretly jerking off to the thought of fucking up the Gargoyles
Well,
for like
yeah,
his own
and
reasons.
that.
Well, yes, that too.
Obviously.
He will fuck anything.
He's sort of like the wolf of the pack, if you know what I mean. Of the mutates, I mean.
I love both Fang and Wolf.
Yes, you do.
They are the two best characters.
And
in the
I
series.
believe you have some, you harbor some feelings that they should like meet up sometime and maybe.
I am like, yeah. There's
Yeah.
just so much. There's so much there. There's so much ground to explore.
There's I think they have a lot of similarities.
So the second we started getting a Maggie flashback, I just like.
All you need to know is that she's from Ohio, but that she's spent some time with the Gargoyles. They didn't seem like they were trying to take advantage of her per se.
Right.
Except one of them was just a fuckboy.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of them seemed like he was trying to take advantage of her. But
Yeah,
like,
but like not in that way. At least,
yeah.
You know.
So she said like it just seemed like the Gargoyles were trying to help me. So we start the flashback and it's of course Brooklyn being a soy boy. Being like, it's okay, you're among friends. She asks if they were human. They're like, well, no, and she's like, well, I'm human. I'm not like this. Which, okay, to be fair to Maggie. She just got transformed.
Yeah, we talked about this on the original episode, where like, it's like she is like the self-hating minority.
Yes.
Basically.
Which, not to mention, like, she's
and like
literally had less than 24
like
hours.
I get it, and like I get it. Like I gave her grace. I was like, it's all new to her. I would also be freaking out. She suffered from body dysmorphia. Like I get it.
Yeah.
You say things that maybe you shouldn't be saying, but like you're freaking out.
There are characters who handle dealing with body dysphoria in a much sexier way.
Yeah, like turning into like big wolf men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Fang.
And Fang.
But anyways, Brooklyn's like, you'll be safe here. And she's like, this is safe? I need a cure. I'm not a monster. And of course, he's like, well, we're not monsters.
We're not
either.
monsters either.
Don't be
Yeah.
afraid.
Aww.
So she starts now trying to explain the flashback that when they took her to their home, and then
Yeah, and they're like,
Hold
hold
on.
on a
They don't even let you
fucking
explain
second. They're like,
anything.
you've been to their home?
And this is why she didn't tell them before.
And she's like, So, like, Maggie, she went from being smart, I was like, yes, Maggie, tell them. And I was like, oh, wait, Maggie, you shouldn't have told them that part. Oops.
But, like, on the other hand, like, you can see how she managed to make that mistake.
Yeah, like,
because she was trying.
I don't hate her for this.
I love,
you know?
I love the stink eye Claw gives Maggie. It's so cute. This man cannot be threatening to save his life.
He's so big, but he's, like, so
He's
cuddly.
like how I can't look at him and like feel any ounce of fear in my body. It almost makes me not attracted to him, but I'm still attracted to him.
So, okay, so cue Maggie then flying over to the clock tower. She lands, she calls out to see if anyone is there. Hudson is home, so he answers, and he's quite happy to see her, actually. He says, oh, like, we've all been wondering, like, where you went off to last, like, stuff like that, which is, like, very nice. Like, he recognizes her, he's like, oh, it's that woman who, like, we tried to help, but, like, she wasn't ready, but now maybe she's ready now. No, because Fang comes along, because Fang ruins things, and he tackles Hudson with a meaty slap.
Good work, Maggie. That sweet, fickle man is mine.
And Claw is also there. Claw zaps Bronx, which is very... I hate seeing dogs get hurt on TV shows. Hudson and Fang then have a sexual wrestling match.
I do note on this a little bit.
I thought you might have a few things to say about this one.
Maggie, off to the side the entire time, she's like, oh no, the violence. What's a delicate poor Ohio girl with body dysphoria to do about it? And then it looks like Fang is trying to pin Hudson in the corner, and you might think it's to like maybe push him off the building, or maybe that's how they landed. But Fang's like sticking his booty out in his like little blue briefs.
There was a really good butt shot of him as he's hitting
Looks
him.
like he's like trying to get a little too personal with Hudson. And then like Hudson pushes him off and like rolls over on top of him against the balcony. And swindles him. He's like, no, I'm not the bottom, you are.
Yeah, you're the bottom.
And also there's a coloring error here that make Hudson appear shirtless.
Nice.
And it looks like, I ask the age-old question of how did Greg get away with this?
We'll never know.
It actually looks like the beginning of a porn titled Gruffalder Bear Mounts Hot-Headed Punk. And then I made an image to, like, tribute that.
Yes, look on our blue sky.
Hudson's, like, while he's trying to fuck Fang charges his electrical powers and gives Hudson a big zappy.
Mm-hmm. I just asked, like, where's Brooklyn during all of this electrical play? Like, he has yet another inexplicable boner and doesn't know why.
Like, Hudson lets out this intense cry of pain as he, like, falls to the knees and slumps to the ground face down, ass up, it almost looks like.
Well, as we know, the trio is just sitting across the lake from the concert listening to it while fucking each other. Because they're, like... nobody around.
They're comparing sizes.
You know what I realized is like this whole fight scene with Hudson and Fang is replicative of the fight scene with Wolf and Fang I wrote in that little chapter I made that I never made a sequel to.
Ooh, maybe you should write a sequel.
I should.
Maybe you should. Maybe people want to know what happens next.
I do. I just don't want to write about the other Redemption Squad members right now because I need to reread the book.
Not even Dingo?
I mean... Dingo, I'm like, I like Dingo, but like, I don't think he's the end game for Wolf.
Not for Wolf.
But I don't even think
but Dingo he serves as the best friend role.
Yeah.
You know?
Wolf needs someone to kick sandcastles with.
He does.
We're right.
So the last thing before the break is Maggie says, "I'm sorry," which is like, okay, yeah, thanks. If you're that sorry, maybe you shouldn't have led these people to the clock tower, Maggie. But okay. So, we come back from the break. We're back in the dungeon. Savarius is railing against his mysterious captor.
For the first time this episode, the silhouette does not give away who it is.
They're doing better. They got there.
This is if I remember correctly, this was the only silhouette in the entire episode that was done correctly.
Who is she? We really don't know this time. It could be anyone. But Savarius is saying, like, it'll take years to develop a cure. You can't keep me here forever, like that sort of thing. In response, the shadowy, winded, muscular person. They raise a fist and just growl. And Savarius, like, even though he's in, like, a prison cell, he stumbles back from the bars and, like, falls against the wall. Like, he's so scared.
He's such an overactor. He always overplays his hand.
He always does, always. But he says he can't begin until he has his briefcase, because all his notes are in it, which, okay.
The briefcase with my last name misspelled.
Like, he would need some sort of material to, like, do work. This makes sense. But the creature just growls again, so Savarius sighs in, like, the most put-upon way, and just says, "All right, you may open the door. I will make the attempt." And, like, it's, like, so scornful. Like, you're forcing my hand. Fine. Very, very funny. Back at the clock tower.
Yeah, so what was the process of Fang and Claw tying up Hudson? Like, I want to know an intimate detail. And I bet you anything, Maggie, the whole time, was off to the side, like, "Oh no, what a terrible thing! Oh no!" Like,
stop it! Like, stop it, you guys! Stop it!
She sucks, man.
But yes,
like, if I were in Maggie's place, seeing that shit, I'd be flicking my beam the whole time.
Where's my camera?
Like, Fang and Claw tying up a weekend Hudson, like, good lord.
I'm still not sure she's interested in men. I'm just saying.
I mean, her being interested in Talon is more evidence that she's not interested in men, if you know what I mean. Like, because he's the one man who would never fuck her, so, like, it's safe. He's safe. But yes, Hudson is fully chained up. Another great bondage episode. And yeah, like, Maggie is there, she keeps apologizing. In my notes I just say, "Shut up." I don't know what that's in reference to.
She says, I have her exact quote. All she said is, "I'm sorry, I never wanted this."
Yeah, like, shut up, whatever.
Which is, keep in mind, it's the exact same "I'm sorry" as from before the break. They just replay it.
Yeah, they just replay it. Also, the chain links that, like, that are holding Hudson are, like, huge, by the way. They're, like, massive. I don't know what this chain was used for originally.
Maybe it was kink sex between Claw and Fang in the cage. When
Maybe.
They were, like, hey. And it's like, again, if I were there, I'd be like, "Why don't you boys get those chains real?" I don't know if I should read all this that I wrote. Maybe this isn't that safe for the but anyways, Fang facing Hudson with his arms at his side, it makes it look like he's about to go on a "I'm totally not gay" rant. Like, he's like, "Listen, bro, just because I popped one when you were railing me don't mean nothing, because I had my booty hole puckered the entire time. That way there was no actual way your fat old man cock was going past the point of no return.
The balls didn't touch.
I'm still a straight boy." And it's like, at the same time, it's like he's rendered this, like, muscular old man, got the chains real tight on him. Maybe they start squeezing, groping the dexterity of, like, Hudson's muscles so they can just determine how much stronger they themselves actually are compared to him.
So they can show how powerful they are.
Speaking, before they mark their territory by having sex on top of him and turning Hudson into their little bukkake queen. I mean,
nice.
I read it anyways. Go figure.
You read it anyway? So eventually, Hudson, like, cuts through Maggie's, like, whimpering and is like, "Okay, but, like, why are you here? Like, why are you all in my house?" Basically. And, like, Fang, like, he, like, lifts, like, Hudson, like, by the chain holding him, so, like, he's, like, lifting Hudson up. And he's, like, he says, like, he wants a word with Goliath.
Yeah, no, like, he says that, and, like, while he's standing there, and then Hudson's like, "Then you will have a long wait. Goliath said he'd be away for a few nights." And then Fang grabs him by the chain to try to cast, because he's used to
intimidate him.
He's used to pushing people around and using, like, maybe, like, his attitude to, like, boss people around. So it's like he tries to cast intimidate, and he pulls Hudson real close to his face, and Fang's just snarling at him. He's like, "Sure he did. I guess I'll just have to clear my social calendar."
He says it in a really weird way.
He's like saying things is funny.
He's such a fucking nerd.
Yes, Greg listed that as one of his favorite lines.
It's
not
like, it's
because
so
of how it's written,
weird.
but because of how it's
the
delivered.
Greg loves Fang.
Yeah, you mentioned.
I like that.
Yes, you mentioned that as being what like that delivery was just so on point.
But Hudson looks like completely unimpressed.
Yes!
Like, who even are you though? Like, what is this? We return from that wonderful scene to Xanatos and Owen. So Owen has all the deets. He's done the research. He reports that Sevarius vanished, and that Elisa had arrived at the Genutech building asking about Sevarius like minutes after he was last seen. But all she and the guard Vinny found was his briefcase. So Xanatos assumes from that Talon has hidden Sevarius away someplace. There's also this like Owen just says like scanning, and then you see like what looks like the Matrix just like flow over his glasses suddenly. And I'm like, what is going on? It's like he's like a robot all of a sudden. But he's not a robot. He's a fairy. There's a difference. But suddenly, Talon just like slams the door open to the office.
He's such a diva.
This scene is the one scene that made me laugh the most. Like, I don't know if you were awake for this, Hiran, but like I was sort of like cracking up laughing like upstairs while I was looking at the episode. But okay, so Talon first he says, "You lied to me." He then takes 6 very long steps forward. They animate each one, and he just knocks the lamp off Xanatos' desk. And I don't know why, but it's like so funny every time I see it.
He's like a girlfriend who like just found out his boyfriend's cheating on her.
I think it's the way we see like all 6 steps is like boom, 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 and then like bam.
His big old panther feet.
Because he has to be the one in control in the relationship.
But like, okay, but like this, all this does is show his impotence because like it's like he picked like the most inexpensive thing the office to break. Like, sweetie, they can get another one of those for $8 at Target. Like, you're not doing anything right now.
Yeah.
It's like insane. But then we have a conversation after that where Xanatos just feeds him like many different flavors of bullshit, basically.
Yeah.
Talon snarls that Sevarius is alive. Xanatos like confirms like yes he is. But I was fooled by him just like you were. You know, so like he and Talon are still on the same side.
God.
And then he is like, you know, like Goliath is in on Sevarius' scheme, and like because he said something I just find very interesting, that Goliath wanted to make more creatures like himself. He says, and I was like, ooh,
he's like using Talon's insecurity about being a monster against him.
Yeah.
Because the idea of other people being turned into monsters just like he was would like set like fear tactics off in Talon to make him lash out.
And he's also like projecting like his own motivations onto Goliath, because like Xanatos wants to make more creatures like Goliath.
Yeah.
Is what it is. And also I think it was interesting that like as we know later on in the series, Thalod will also make more creatures like himself.
Yeah.
And, you know, where would Thalod have gotten that idea from? From half of Xanatos' brain in his head. I just thought that was interesting, though.
No, you're right. It is.
So he then goes on that he's known for a while that Sevarius is alive, and he's just one of many characters who just knows things but doesn't tell anyone in this episode. But Xanatos has been pressuring Sevarius for a cure, supposedly. He didn't tell Talon any of this because he didn't want to get poor uwu baby Talon's hopes up and hurt his beefies. He's just a baby. He's just a dumb, stinky baby.
Yeah. But yeah, like there's a whole parallel in the scene between Goliath and Elisa doing this early in the episode, and like we see the exact same thing between Fang and Xanatos.
And neither of them are painted as good, which I think is a good thing.
But like, we're meant to see that like, from Fang's perspective, this is the same sort of situation as Goliath and Elisa, where it was bad, but like,
but he can forgive it because it was done for the right reasons. Yeah,
like it's the exact same thing in his mind with what he knows,
and that's good writing. Xanatos, he then has this classic hand-on-shoulder maneuver that he does like every hot monster man that he meets and owns. Yeah, that he wants to claim, and he says, Talon, Derek. You must release Savarius to my custody.
Ugh.
To which Talon looks at him with, like, the biggest what the fuck face I've, like, ever seen on this show. He's like, excuse me?
Like, wait a minute, you think me, the guy who's emotionally compromised by literally everything going on in my life, just kidnap someone out of desperation? That makes no sense.
That makes no sense at all.
If I had gone after him, you would have found a body, not a disappearance.
I know, yeah, I would have fucking killed him. Like, I wouldn't be releasing jack shit, because there would be nothing to release, my friend. Back at the clock tower. So, hey guys, you know that the trio are in this episode? Here they are.
Yep.
They arrive back from their concert. Brooklyn plays some very cute air guitar, like the cool 90s guy that he is.
It's like Bill and Ted.
Yeah. Apparently they were watching the concert from across the lake, which explains how they were able to watch a concert.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. Hudson isn't greeting them at the door with a kiss like he usually does. Where is that old man? So suddenly they do hear Hudson like crying a warning, like just as his butthole was electrocuted for like the 100th time that night.
Gosh.
Claw jumps outside and he just like slams into Broadway. So the two of them
the
are
two
like
big sweethearts
the two
fighting.
big guys, the big sweet boys. And then we have yet another iconic line where Fine is like, "Welcome home! Isn't it past your bedtime?"
He's like a fucking he never got out of his playground bully phase.
For real.
He's like, oh, these fucking punk kids, I want to dunk on them.
I just wrote in my notes that he's officially the most obnoxious character in the show.
Well,
But that's why
correct.
we like him.
That's why we like him.
So, like, he just sort of bitch slaps Lexington, who flies against the wall, like, crumples. So now it's just Brooklyn against Fang, beginning their rivalry, which will continue in later episodes.
You know, because like I don't think Brooklyn really had a rival with the Pack because Wolf is so centered on Goliath.
Yeah.
So Fang being Brooklyn's
like Fang and
rival-
Talon are his rivals.
I don't know. Yeah, Talon's like a cuckold, right?
Like Talon's his romantic rival, and Fang is like his action rival. So there's like a very well animated flying sequence as Brooklyn like flies off and Fang chases him, and they go like around the clock tower for a while.
It's pretty cool.
It's like I will say, like I'm not the biggest Brooklyn fan, but like Brooklyn does look hot in this scene. Like they animate his muscles
so
very
good.
nice.
I've seen Smagma post frames of this scene. On Blue Sky.
At some point, okay, did you guys see this? At some point, Fang shoots electricity at Brooklyn, and like it looks like he clips Brooklyn's loincloth, and like a couple pieces fly off.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just in my head.
Fang like out here playing no homo, and he's out like tying Hudson up,
trying to strip Brooklyn. And yeah, like as per usual, we also see Brooklyn's ass throughout like most of this.
Yes.
Eventually, Brooklyn switches tack. Like he's like, okay, it's time to actually fight. He flies at Fang. Fang dodges, but like Brooklyn keeps going to the clock tower now, and Fang like follows after him. And then he says like, "Come back here and fight like a man."
That's literally.
Ooh,
there is so much about like there's a line Wolf utters.
Yeah, Wolf has a very similar line later.
I was so shocked because like they both said that line to their rivals. It's like the same like paraphrasing and everything. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
And it's a thing in this show, like the toxic masculine guys want like they're annoyed that other men aren't as masculine as they are. You know, like it's like I put in all this effort and like hurt myself so much to be this masculine, and how dare you not do the same thing?
Exactly. They're both drinking like the fucking like what is it called? Like
the Kool-Aid.
The Kool-Aid. Like they're both like victims of the alpha male like scam in a way where their mindset is in perspective are so perpetually like corroded to the point where it's like they just like project that onto like every like mannerism and behavior that they do day to day. Anyways,
and this sort of insult, it's probably been used on them in the past, and it's probably been very effective. So they assume it would be effective on everyone.
Yeah,
they just need to like Fane and Wolf just need to like cross-dress with each other and like do each other's nails and maybe wrestle a bit.
They need to deprogram themselves a wee bit.
They need to heal together, John and Aaron style.
Yes.
Aaron is Wolf.
Of course she is. Who else would she
Fane
be?
would make an interesting Crichton, would he not?
Yeah.
Come on. Y'all see it too.
I'm seeing something. I'm
You see
imagining that first nude scene that Crichton had in the first episode. But on this show, we reject the patriarchy, so Brooklyn in response says, "I'm not a man. I'm a gargoyle." And he launches himself off the clock tower, the pointer hand, and jump kicks Fang in the face, and sends him down, and then he lands on top of Fang and straddling him. So it's sort of like the Hudson fight all over again, where Fang challenges the gargoyle only to be straddled.
Who else do we know likes to challenge gargoyles and ends up getting straddled?
There's a few. I didn't think of one in particular that
I'm smiling so big.
It's I'm thinking of the half-hour straddling conversation from Upgrade that we may have had.
I'm so happy.
Does this make Brooklyn a non-binary icon?
You're right, because I was just thinking that, because he said he wasn't a man.
I'm not a man. I'm a gargoyle.
I'm just saying. I need to throw that out there after
I would
just
take
because
it.
he has a dick doesn't mean he's a man.
Mm-hmm.
Just the same way, just because Maggie has a vagina doesn't mean she's a woman.
There's also an argument to be made, because he is only around men, he may be intentionally trying to de-sexify his species, because the only female that he has access to is Demona, and she's not an option. So they're not men, they're just all gargoyles.
Yeah.
To him.
That's interesting.
I don't know. Meanwhile, Broadway wins his own fight by I think he just slams Claw into a railing.
Claw.
Yeah, he sits on Claw. But he slams into a railing, and then he and a newly revived Lex fold the railing over Claw to tie him up.
Yes.
Which seems very easy, which you would think would mean that Claw could easily break free with his own strength, but he doesn't do that.
I mean, he possibly could and just doesn't want to.
He doesn't want to. He likes being in bondage. Why not?
He's a sub.
We know he's a sub. And yes, he's like Maggie, he doesn't like fighting.
But because he's a guy, he gets forced into it. Whereas Maggie, they just let not fight.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly how it is.
That's more masked tropes here on Gargoyles.
Mm-hmm.
So the trio, they're eager to know if Hudson is alright, but he's fine because he and Bronze come out unharmed, along with Maggie, who is now their prisoner sort of, and he's here's the one who led them to us, and that's where that scene ends. There's a short transition, and then we get my favorite shot of the episode, which is Claw and Fang, both now in bondage, on the floor. Both tied up. Claw he's still in that metal railing that they got him in. And Fang is now bound by the same chains that had restrained Hudson.
So now I want to know what the tie-up process was for Fang.
Oh, they had fun.
Because did Brooklyn just have to keep him straddled down and their dicks were just touching
Probably,
the entire time awkwardly?
Yeah. And then it was Broadway, you sit on his face, keep that part down. Hudson, you get his legs. Lex and him, you get to do the bondage because that you like doing that.
Sitting on people has been an effective tactic in trying to keep people grounded. It's been helpful when there's break-ins, people will just sit on the intruder.
Yeah, if you've got the wait for it, that's an easy way to keep someone subdued.
Yeah. Anyways, yes, that they're tied up.
It looks. If you are into bondage, I've seen this screen cap shared not even in the Gargoyles fandom, but just in the bondage community. It's good.
Yeah.
There's this one part where Claw comes awake and is as he looks around.
So cute.
And he's just sort of surrounded by gargoyles who are, I guess, leering at him. I don't know. Meanwhile, Brooklyn is with Maggie, and I feel he's the worst person to try and do this. I feel it should be Hudson, but also you have to remember Brooklyn is the backup leader now.
Yes.
So
which they can't actually state in this episode because episode.
But it explains why he's the one doing
they
this.
They still couldn't admit didn't know when it would air.
Yeah, but so Brooklyn, he's trying to explain to her that the clan they don't want to hurt the mutates, they want to help the mutates. And if Savarius is working with anyone, it would have to be Xanatos. But like, now it's Maggie's turn to be a fucking idiot. She flips out at him. Even though just a short time ago, she was like, hey, like, Talon, what if they're telling the truth? And this time she doesn't want to hear it.
How dare you talk about that well-intended billionaire with a criminal record?
Yep.
Elon Musk did nothing wrong.
I know. Well, okay, the thing is, like, one, she's had the same argument with Brooklyn before in their first episode. But, like, it's easier to be rescued than to fight for yourself, and she's still hoping that she will be rescued by someone. In this case, the man with all the money and all the resources. So, like, it takes time to break out of that. I feel like she's had more than enough time by this point. But, you know, we're all on our own journey. And yeah, it's only been a few weeks. You're right. It's only been a couple of weeks, despite being, like, fucking months in our world.
Yeah. This one getting aired late just
it does make it slightly worse than it would have done. And also, I think that, like, Brooklyn's romantic history with Maggie is also working against him here, because, like, that lingering awkwardness is still between them.
So you're like, you have like a vagina, I think, and I have like a penis last I checked. So
yeah. He even says during this conversation, he's like, yeah, you remember when we first met, I wanted to be your friend. And I'm just like, Brooklyn, you should not have even brought that up. Like, what are you doing right now?
Imagine being that much of like a soy boy.
But like, he's, on the whole, I think he is doing like a really good job here. It's just like, he's doing his best. And
trying his best. Yeah, he just sucks it with women.
He does suck with women. But she doesn't trust him. So in order to prove that he's trustworthy, Brooklyn goes and he frees Claw and Fang. He frees the two stupid beefcakes.
The modeling was incorrect, and they had it like they were freeing like it looked like Talon and Claw.
Oh no, I didn't.
Yes. So not yet. We haven't gotten quite to that point.
Oh
but
no.
In a moment, they'll step up to the rail, and Maggie and Claw will be holding an unconscious Fang. Except Fang, they switched his model with Talon.
I didn't even notice that.
They had to knock out Fang to even put him in place. That's amazing.
Nice.
Hot.
You know, Brooklyn tells them, you're free to go. Return to Xanatos if that's what you want. But don't turn your back on him. And, like, he is picking the correct option, I will say, to earn someone's trust. Because, like you were saying, Hiran, like, you have to let them figure it out for themselves.
Yeah.
But you have to make sure they know that you are available to help them when they are ready to be helped.
Yeah.
Which is what Brooklyn's doing here.
Yes, no, Brooklyn definitely makes the right decision.
So like he's doing pretty good. Like for one of his first times being the leader, he's knocking out of the park. We accept and appreciate him. It would help him if all the mutates weren't so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But he's working with what he's got. Also, one other thing. During, like, all of this, Brooklyn, did you notice this? He keeps, like, going down on all fours around everybody.
Yep.
In, like, what I can only describe as dick-sucking position. And I'm not sure why he's doing that. Like, maybe it's there to present him as, like, vulnerable.
No.
Why?
My suspicion is, I mean, I don't know this one for sure, but my suspicion is they're trying right now what they were told to do, which, got misinterpreted the way it always does, is that they want to make sure that the Gargoyles are using more animal-like mannerisms while they're interacting with her to sell the difference between the mutates and the Gargoyles.
Right, because the mutates still act very human.
Right, and they want to make it clear why they would be uncomfortable around them, even if they look similar.
That's cool. That's actually very interesting. I think that does work. Mm-hmm. I mean, I liked it in theory, at least. That's a good thought. Yeah. Back at Genutech. Okay, so Elisa and Vinny are now just sort of hanging out together like they're friends, and I sort of really like this.
Yes.
But they're looking over the security feed, which you think would have been the first thing that anyone would have done, and I'm not sure what, like, the timeline of this episode
I don't know.
Because later on, Owen also has access to the same footage, and I'm like,
So Owen finds out.
what is the order that things are happening?
Then he calls his boss, who calls his boss, who calls Owen. That's how that information gets to Owen.
Yeah, it's just sort of like, I feel like this should have happened before, but like this is better it's more dramatic this way.
Yes.
So they're watching the footage, and Elisa has a line where she's like, she thinks that Talon kidnaps Savarius, but then she has the line, enhance the image, just like they do on Star Trek.
My only note in my notes about this whole section was the word Star Trek.
Enhance the image. And she sees that it is not Talon. And now Elisa is pissed.
Oh.
Down in the lab that Savarius is stuck in, he's fiddling with beakers and just complaining about everything. Suddenly, Goliath's voice breaks in, tells him to get back to work before conditions get even worse.
Get even more barbaric.
More barbaric.
Oh.
Which I love, like, 'cause he's calling it barbaric, and Goliath's like, I am from what you call barbaric times.
You don't even know, but I can show you if you want. Like, you want some barbarism?
Ooh.
Okay.
Alright, so we cut back to Talon still talking to Xanatos, like maybe 30 seconds after the last time we were there, if that. And he's like, you think I've got Savarius? I haven't even seen him. And Xanatos just like, then how did you find out he was alive?
This is the thing I was wondering. I was like, but I thought, huh?
And he's like, I got to Genutech right after my sister. I heard her ask to see Savarius. The guard said she just missed him.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just miss someone who's been dead for weeks.
No. And that's how we know that the shadow Elisa saw must have been Talon.
Yeah, the shadow Elisa was fawning over.
So this was the thing that actually got me to clue through the whole episode, by the way. Apparently Owen had the results already and had already given them to Xanatos, and then was giving them to him again in front of Talon. So they already knew it was Goliath.
They're too much, these two. They're too fucking much.
So that's
like the amount of time that they waste, like, to come off as like natural human beings when they're like anything but is so funny.
Fucking aliens.
Anyway, that's why that timing was so perfect and how Owen just found out about it.
Oh my god.
If that answers your questions.
I mean, I don't know if it does. I think that just makes it more confusing. But
yeah,
whatever.
but that's intentional because Owen and Xanatos are trying to be confusing. So Sirius finished working the tapes, and you'll be interested in the results. We already sort of discussed this, but yeah, sees the tapes. And apparently Savarius left with Goliath. Because all we see is Goliath swoop down, grab Savarius, and go.
And it's really funny watching it. Like,
we don't see Savarius fighting back or anything because he's just too stunned from what happened.
Goliath just like grabs his arm and is like gone. And
look at they're holding hands.
So like he had to look and he's like, okay, well Savarius isn't even fighting back, but it's because
he's so shocked. But like, it could be that they're working together.
Like, there's nothing in the tape that suggests they aren't working together. So he's immediately like, it seems they're still working together because he knows.
And the show doesn't. There's not even a beat in the show between Xanatos just like making that. Like, it was so smooth that like I forgot that Xanatos was lying.
Yes, he's so good.
I was like, wait, like oh my god.
Because he already prepped this with Owen ahead of time.
Because like normally TV shows, like they give you some sort of signifier. They're like, oh, this character's full of shit. There was none in this scene at all.
Nope. So Talon, of course, is being fed exactly what he needs to hear in order to maintain his world view, and is so angry he's not going to think for half a second about the fact that none of this adds up.
No.
Which was incredibly intentional on the writer's part, even if it is frustrating and awful to watch.
Oh my god.
It's so frustrating.
So at this point, Xanatos is well aware that like his time controlling Talon is done.
No, let's get as much use out of it as they can while it lasts.
So of course, when Talon just rushes out, and Owen's like, "Should we stop him?" And he's like, "No, let him lead the way." And the viewers aren't supposed to know, but like obviously, what he's saying there is we're going to use Talon to get what we want out of this. By having him cause a distraction so we can get our hands on Savarius with the least effort possible.
Easy.
Yep. So anyways, they all are like, oh, he's got to be a cyberbiotics old underground research facility. Owen says that because he gets asked to figure out where.
Owen's a smart guy.
And Owen's just like, I don't need to use a computer. I know exactly where he is.
Like, there's only one place he could be with what he knows.
Yeah. And so, anyways, Talon takes off. Meanwhile, we cut back to Goliath and...
Okay, there is one scene, can I just say, so... there's a scene where, like, the other mutates are arriving back at the castle, and Talon is, like, still leaving. He just goes right by them and doesn't say a word.
Yeah.
And just, like, flies off. And the rest of them are like, I guess we should follow him?
Yeah, I skipped over that.
But,
so
like,
good.
It annoys me, because this concerns all of them. Like, all of them were transformed against their will. But Talon is, like, denying them agency.
Yes.
And I'm just like, and he's supposed to be their leader. He should be talking to them.
He's not a good one.
He's a terrible leader.
He's the worst.
In fact, at this point in time, he's not their leader. Officially.
Maggie's their leader.
But like, yeah.
No, actually, like, Maggie, Fang are, like, fighting over his
When,
leader.
like, Fang said, like, our mighty leader wants to see Goliath, like, who was he referring to then?
I mean, I guess Talon, but, like, he's been calling Talon a leader sarcastically. But Talon will tell you he's not the leader. Claw doesn't act like Talon's the leader, and Maggie doesn't act like Talon's the leader.
But, like, part of Talon feels
Talon,
he is
like,
the leader, and Fang
tries to boss people around, and Fang is thus, bratting because he's annoyed at getting bossed around.
He wants to be spanked by Talon, so he calls him the leader in a sarcastic way. Like you do.
I think we're missing the important takeaway from this scene.
That we see a close-up of Claw's crotch.
Well, I was going to get to that second.
Okay.
First, when they first land, Claw develops a wedgie, and you can see his butt crack.
Yes.
Like, slightly.
Nice.
As he lands.
Nice.
It's very good.
That's great.
And then we see Claw's crotch running into the camera as he's running after Talon, and that's the only notes I took on that entire sequence.
Fine. Beautiful.
But yes. So this is once again showing that Talon is a person who's run by his emotions. And this is another part from what Greg was saying, was Talon is intended to not be a good leader. And over time, he's supposed to start developing leadership qualities. But, like, everything that happens bad to him is because he's not a good leader and he's trying to take charge.
So the thing that, like, I think that's a good arc to put him on. I don't think the show ever delivers on that, because I don't feel like Talon's ever a good leader.
No.
Like, not in his other episodes, not in the comics. I feel like the better arc would be for him to realize that he's not a good leader, for someone else to step up.
Even in the recent comic run, he was still... I mean, granted, the circumstances at the time weren't the best for him, but, like... Sorry, you haven't even read the comics.
No, but you can talk about them.
I don't even... I mean, like, yeah, like, during the circumstances in the comics, he still shows he's not really the most clear-headed or level-headed when shit's going down. There's been no signs, like, of balance.
Like, it would be cool if someone else in the Labyrinth, or maybe, like, a cool storyline would be, like, if the Labyrinth held an election, maybe, or something like that. Like, something cool.
Like, there are ways to move forward, but, like, unfortunately, we only get... literally one more episode with Talon in the rest of the show.
Yeah.
And it's an episode where we have to compare and contrast him and Brooklyn as leaders. And Brooklyn, his poor leadership is what's forcing Brooklyn to step up and actually become a leader. In that episode. So, like, literally, there's just no room for him to ever even work in that arc.
They need to give the mutates more material to make the material that do have less annoying.
They need to give Claw.
Okay, yes, they need to give Claw and find more material, and they need to give Derek and Maggie less.
Yeah.
We've got there.
That's where the characters are going. The problem is just that there was
It takes so long to get there.
Yeah.
There's so many characters and so many arcs.
Yeah. But
and first we have to do 1,500 episodes of Goliath and Elisa on a boat.
Yeah. Okay, so Talon being a poor leader is literally set up for the episode with him and Brooklyn that's coming up. But anyways, so now we cut to the lab, because I accidentally skipped over that. And he's just like, I really just like working with someone hanging over my shoulder.
Just the line's like right there.
And the light just glares at him.
Like looming.
Severus just keeps talking because Severus never shuts up. So he's like, oh, wonderful. Now there's two of you. And, Tim Curry does his best, as always.
Two of them.
So Goliath turns around and he's like, sees Elisa and he's like, how did you find me?
Oh, she's here to bring the drama.
When I found out you took in Severus, there was nowhere else you'd go. You'd go here.
She's smart like Owen is.
This is not hard. You're not sneaky or smart.
You're not... I would love if she was like, you're not sneaky or smart. That's how I knew. You stupid bitch. What are you doing down
So he
here?
just comes back to Severus. He's like, "Don't stop on our behalf, Doctor."
Doctor!
And Lisa just like walks up to him and she's like, "No, you're talking to me now.
Yeah.
You kidnapped this man. What were you thinking?
What's going on?
You were in so much pain. I couldn't stand by and do nothing.
Oh my god.
Besides, I feared what would happen if Talon got to Severus first." And she just looks at him with such a bullshit expression. Like, you are clearly justifying this to yourself and didn't actually think about that until after you kidnapped him. When you knew you'd need an excuse.
Yeah.
I doubt if the Doctor would have survived long enough to find a cure. And she's just like, "We're not going to find a cure this way. We can't trust Severus.
Yeah,
How dumb are you?"
One, he has no, like, how is he even making a cure to him for one thing? Like, what resources does he even have access to in this ruined lab?
Yeah.
And she's like, if he makes a cure, it could be anything. Like,
How
there's
would
no
we
way
test
to,
it?
there's no way to test it. Like, what are you even saying? It's like, I think it's so funny, like, he's doing this so fucking stupid thing, but he's doing it for, like, the sweetest reasons.
Yeah.
And she's just like,
"Look, I know your heart was in the right place.
I
but
know
this
your heart is in the right place,
This
she
is
says!
not the answer."
It's like she's already forgiving him. I'm just like, Elisa, like, I know your heart's in the right place.
If it works, the ends can't justify the means. That's the way Xanatos behaves.
Sounds like quitting talk.
You're right, of course. We'll release him. By George, I think I've...
Jesus Christ.
Tavares is listening to me like, okay, I need to actually tell them I have the cure now to keep this going.
Yes, of course, because now he's like, "Oh, I need to play my cards, because I have the poison
Oh my God.
that I've had ready for, like, you know, at least 5
Yeah,
hours. And I've just-
I'm mixing bleach and like acids.
and of
Something real
Of course,
deadly.
before he gets to finish playing his cards that he's about to play, freaking Talon bursts in as well.
Everyone
now
is
the
here.
Now the shoe's on the other foot.
Yeah.
Because they both decided to sit and wait for the most dramatic moment to
Yeah,
enter,
I
and then
mean-
they end up overlapping each other.
It's a family thing. What can I say?
Anyways, Elisa, I knew Goliath and Severus were in this together, but I can't believe you're helping them. and Elisa just looks at him like, "Derek, that's not how it is. Will you listen to me?"
God. She's like,
She's so done with literally everything.
like, we can't right now.
Like, literally, would you listen to me? What she's been saying since the very start.
Anyways, he, like, grabs Elisa, throws her to Claw.
Lucky
Yeah,
woman.
like, take this for me.
Use the big boy.
Because he just does not want her interrupting anymore, and then he goes over to kill Severius. And Severius is like, "He won't! This is the antidote!" Because he's, like, still wants to play out his scheme that he was in the middle of trying to do.
Oh boy.
Not, like, reading the room at all, because it's Severius. Like, if he wants to kill you now, why is the antidote going to stop him?
Yeah, like, everyone instantly is like, or no, it's when, okay, that happens later on,
That
actually,
does.
sorry.
Yes, we will get to that. And he's just like, "I'm long past caring about your antidotes." And of course, Talon follows up with the iconic,
No.
"Me too, I like this body."
I like this
You
body.
mean Fang?
Fang, I can't. Their names are so hard for me to do correctly.
No, I just really, like, okay, wait, hold on.
There's also a scene earlier on when, like, Tavares is running out of the lab and Fang, like, grabs him and is like, "Going somewhere?
Yes! It's so good! And then, like, literally, like, Fang is the only one. Oh god, he reminds me of, like, some kind of, like Olympian bodybuilder when he flexes and, like, his briefs and everything. He's like, I like this new body.
I like this new body.
Like, he would fuck himself.
Yeah, he
Probably
would.
jerks off the pictures of himself.
He probably does. But, like, I think it's really good. Like, this show is, like, because so often in media, you see a character's been transformed, and, like, the transformations is one thing. Fucking hot. Like, I'm thinking Beast from Being the Beast, Beast from X-Men, and they always, like, lament their new appearance.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I'm the viewer, I'm just like, you are the hottest fucking thing I've ever seen. Stein is an example of someone who actually sees that, and is like, I like this new form, and I want to stay in it. And that's so, like, groundbreaking, actually.
And, like, even Talon is sort of starting to come around to that idea at this point.
Yeah,
Like, he hasn't, like, embraced it,
No, yeah.
but he's also, like, I don't know that I want to go back. I'm still hate all the stuff I can't do, but there's a lot of new stuff I can do.
Yeah, like, he has new opportunities, and, like, it's also, part of it is, like, he can't trust that a cure will ever be made, so, like, it's better to make the best of what he can do now, when he's sort of like, Maddie, you should probably try and do this too.
He's just, like, in survival mode at this point.
Yeah.
Fane is just like living it up.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah.
He's living his gay fantasy. Like, why would he ever want to go back to being a homeless human man? Like, come on, he has wings now. He can fucking electrocute people. Like, this is the best.
Anyways, so he's like, I just want to see you pay for your crimes. Maggie bursts in and she's like, hey, what about what we want? And pointing to herself and Claw.
Valid. I will say, like, yes, we should all be having our 2 cents right now. She's like, can you hold off on killing him for, like, 5 minutes, please?
Like, she doesn't care about him surviving. She's like, hey, we have wants too. You don't get to decide for us.
We have to have a vote.
Once again, showing, like, Talon is just a terrible leader.
Mm-hmm.
Please, Derek, is your vengeance more important than our humanity? And, like, Claw just kind of gives puppy dog eyes, sort of.
That's his best character trait.
He just looks rolls his eyes and is like, give it to her.
Give it to her. And that's, Savarius has a line, he's like, I really think you should have it.
You deserve it more.
That's
like,
interesting.
Every character is like, okay, so it's definitely poison then, right? Like, why would he fucking say
Elisa
that
instantly
otherwise?
is like, what do you care? And I was like, good question. For once, he's finally on the same page with his sister at this point.
Wow, it only took us like the entire fucking show at this point. Jesus.
He overplayed his hand, like he always does.
And this is why Xanatos worked really hard to keep Severius away from the mutates. Because Severius would have absolutely blown things by now.
Mm-hmm. But there is one character who did not figure this out, who is Maggie, who is like, no, it must be a cure.
Okay, but here's the thing. Maggie
desperation.
absolutely realizes that this is probably poison.
So she just wants to either transform back or die.
That's literally what she's supposed to say.
Up. She's got to work through this.
I don't care if it's poison. I can't live like this.
Oh my
is
god,
what she says
Maggie, girl.
She's literally suicidal at this
Maggie,
point.
you gotta.
She was probably already suicidal before she transformed. Because that is very common.
Probably.
She probably has some kind of like personality disorder that makes her like, you know, I don't know. Definitely something is going on there. Just because, like I said earlier, like the mutates could be just like some big trans metaphor at the end of the day. And, you know, Maggie not being able to accept her body as it currently is because of the way she looks feels like, you know, like I would be better off dead if I can't be who I want to be.
Yeah. And like it's very clear from the start that Maggie's been suffering from depression. But like this is where we see it come out, where she's like, either this is actually a cure, or it's a cure in the other way.
Talk her down.
And like, yes, the town is talked down. And like that's why I think she's not being stupid here. She's just in a really bad mental state. And all of the people around her have done nothing to help her.
Nothing. She needs a support system.
Yes. So, like...
If only that nice red boy was still around. He seemed kind.
and, like, this is probably something that's going on for a long time.
The person who's been nicest to her was Hudson. She should have hung out with Hudson and just watched TV with him for a couple hours. That all her problems be solved.
But yeah, so this is, like, a lot of where her actions come from. Even earlier when she leads them there, it's just she wants to get a cure more than anything else.
So
and otherwise... she doesn't have a reason to live without it. So even if she feels like she's betraying them, she'll still lead them there if it's any chance of getting her Severius. Because, like, that's the only thing that gives her life meaning at this point.
That's all it is.
Anyways.
She needs to be more like Fang, though. She needs to work herself.
So...
You could learn a thing or two from that asshole.
She could learn a few things.
So she grabs it and she's like, no, it's a cure and it has to be. And at this point, the vial becomes like this long.
and
it's like her entire arm. And Xanatos at this point just walks in and he's like, I think that ship has sailed, Doctor. You always overplay your hand, Anton. Meanwhile, he's blasting Talon.
He blasts Fang. Yeah, because we see a really nice ass shot of Fang.
Yeah, we see a nice ass shot and Olympus from Fang as he's blasted into the wall.
And I don't believe it. Goliath wasn't Severius' partner. It was you all along. I
don't believe it.
You turned me into a monster, and I defended you.
Yeah, and like you can actually hear the pain in his voice when he says that. Like this is the moment, and like we've all been there. Like you have taken advantage of me at every turn, and like now.
And of course, Anderson's just like, I'm sorry things turned out this way. We'd all be happier if you just remained in the dark. Yeah.
But I can't
Mostly
let you
abusive.
damage Anton.
Yeah. He's a bit of a bother, but his mind represents infinite possibilities. He's the scientist, you're just the experiment.
You're just the experiment.
Oh,
He's cold. He is cold.
So cold. And then he just turns to Goliath, who's like sticking with his ass out of the rubble. And he's like,
We didn't even
oh,
talk about how Goliath got blasted into rubble.
I forgot.
That happened
That
before.
did happen, yes. But oh, hello, Goliath. Didn't even
Didn't
notice
even
you there.
notice you there. It's like the funniest line. He's so good.
And then, so meanwhile, Anton's running out of the room, so the distraction's all he needed. And as he leaves, he just turns his head and he's like, that could be a vial of poison. Of course, there's only one way to find out.
Only one way to find out. It's a fucked up thing to say.
And Talon's like, oh, Elisa. And she's like, hush, it's all right. I know you're an idiot, brother. And Maggie, meanwhile, is like, he's just trying to scare us. Don't you see, Severus doesn't want his experiment to end, but this is the cure. And, of course, Talon's like, you don't know that. The risk is too great. And she just responds, any risk is better than living as a monster. Right there, just admitting she's...
Girl.
Like, either I die or I turn back, and either way it's better than this.
Shush.
So, yeah, this is not her being stupid. I'm just going to hands down on this one.
We'll see.
Anyways, he's just like, I'm a monster. She's like, but you're strong, stronger than me. I can't live this way. I couldn't either, not without you. Which, of course, is, we're not strong alone, we're strong together.
Yeah.
So she finally gives up on us, like, what do we do now? And, of course, Goliath invites them to join his clan. Talon's like, seriously?
Goliath just have a cute line where he's like, Elisa's already part of our clan, so like that makes all of you family. Which I was like,
including you,
aww.
Fang and Claw.
Yeah, including you. Those two guys over there.
I feel
haven't
so
talked
bad
to
for
at
them
all.
because they're just roped into all this.
It's like they seem to go along with it, which is really funny every time they show up. Like, we're also here. I'm just like, yeah.
But, of course, he responds, thank you, Goliath. It seems I have my own clan and my own family. Even though I'm going to kick Talon out, like, next episode.
Bang out, yeah.
Bang out. Jeez, I cannot keep them straight! Anyways.
They can't keep each other straight either.
So we have our penultimate scene. Elisa's walking into a hospital room, question mark?
I don't know. No, isn't this the same? I think this is the same lab.
I don't know.
Oh, is this the lab?
It looks like they're in the same place that they were.
It's just the lighting changed and it threw me, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so she walks into the lab, I guess, and she's like, now remember what I told you. No matter how much he's changed on the outside, he's still dark on the inside.
Aww.
Okay, so like, again, because Elisa's not so good on the specifics sometimes, has she actually told her family that he is a cat man?
I
Or
don't know!
Has she just said like vague things like that, where it's like, he's different now, like, we have to give him some room, he's exploring himself. Like, what does she actually tell them?
I don't know!
Because they do look surprised when they see him, but then, like, they get unsurprised pretty quick.
Once they hear his
So
voice.
I feel like she had to have at least, like, prepped them a little more than that. But, like, hearing that your son is a cat boy and actually seeing it is still going to give you a surprise
Yes,
expression.
of course.
So, anyways, he's just like, Mom, Dad, and embraces them.
The second he like starts talking, they recognize his voice. That's when they were like, "Oh yeah, I guess he is our boy."
They all have a group hug, and it's very sweet.
And it's like Fang and Claw are also there.
Yeah, they're like on the edges. Like, hey, we're part of this family too. And like the Maza family is very much like, I didn't sign up for that.
They just not join the embrace though.
Who are these homeless queer boys that are just kind of watching us hug from the side?
Like, I got a very strong impression of like this is like a coming out scene.
Yeah.
Like Derek is like, this
It
is my
really
new
is.
lifestyle,
They
and also like
accept-
these are my like 3 lovers who I'm also presenting
They
to
accepted
you.
their son for being a furry.
Yeah.
You know, sorry, there's probably...
Well, I mean, the only other thing in the scene is that Goliath is listening from behind the curtain because at least he's not ready to spring that secret on our parents yet.
And then
we see
the cage.
The cage.
Which is
Even though it's not the title of the episode,
Yes.
it's the closing shot of the
I
episode.
was
It
gonna-
shows that the cage is open.
So what is the cage?
Right, but the cage is a
Trans
metaphor.
metaphor.
Yes, it's a metaphor. Very specifically, it's the cage that Talon, Maggie, and
Claw.
Claw and Fang were in. But very specifically Talon and Maggie.
Like, their mind cages.
Right.
Yes.
They have been trapping themselves this entire time. And at the end of the episode, they've finally broken free from the cage that they found
they've
themselves
broken
in.
free from Xanatos, from his manipulations, and from their own, like,
Self-hatred.
self-hatred. Yeah,
Yes.
So that is what the title of the episode is actually about. And the final trial is meant to be a metaphor, not like a literal cage.
So, when I watched this with my...
I think it would have worked better if it was the cage that had been holding them and not Savarius, because that just made it confusing to me. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Yeah, it's too bad that was like in another lab that has burned to the ground.
So, when I was a teenager and I watched this episode with my friend who identifies as straight, I remember like that last scene where the parents like embrace Derek. He's like, if my kid turned out to look like some kind of freak, I would take him out back behind the barn. And now that same friend grew up to be a huge conservative asshole.
Yeah.
So...
Sounds like something a conservative asshole would say.
Yeah. So he's in a cage of his own.
He is in a cage, and I hope that one day many more cages are unlocked.
Yeah, I
and
hope so
people can walk
too.
out of them.
I think that's really the takeaway here. Sorry, I guess that was better sounding in my head.
No, I think that was very good.
Okay. Just trying to speak from personal experience.
Yes, I think bringing it home to ourselves is a great way.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. No, I mean I had to free myself from my cage, and look at me now.
Yeah, I used to be in a cage. We've all been in cages.
We've all been in cages.
It's the coffin metaphor for Mutena. Like, we all have to get out of our coffin. How do we want to rate this episode?
4 loincloths.
4 loincloths?
I was thinking 3.5, but nah, Huron helped like kind of paint a much more less headache-inducing perspective on the Talon and Maggie saga. Like, yes, they're annoying as shit. Yes, they're stupid, but that's kind of the point of their character, I guess. And the introduction of Claw and Fang, who are really just like my big takeaways. Those are my babies. The fandoms adopted them as their babies too. Like,
boys. Every
time we see just like an unstable, mentally ill, giant muscular mutate man, we're just like,
oh, it's another Fang. Oh. Yeah, I originally, in my notes, I have it as 3.5. I think I might upgrade it to 4 too, because I think I liked it more like talking about it.
Yeah.
There was also very good fan service in this episode, like, because it's about the mutates.
Yeah, the mutates
they're all buff. There's wrestling, there's bondage, like, there's good stuff there.
The mutates are hot. Maggie's just kind of Maggie, but, I mean, there are still Maggie simps out there.
As we know.
And, like,
most
Maggie
of them are
Like,
lesbians.
she's more, like, balanced this time between, like, smart and stupid things that she does.
Lesbians, nerds with pregnancy fetishes. That's really about... That's a split between her fans.
I could see both of those things.
So I had 4 out of 5 in my notes as well.
We all agree. This is the first time we've all agreed?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow. Fancy. Who's the gayest character?
I put Fang.
I put Fang.
Yeah.
Yes! He was the most accepting.
It's gotta be Fang.
He was the most accepting. He's like, ooh, yeah, I like kind of fucking around with my big cat dick and all that.
Yeah, that moment alone, I'm just like, this is gay acceptance.
I'm gonna wrestle with Hudson and then call Brooklyn not a man out of insecurity of my own masculinity. And I'm gonna flex into,
tie men up, gonna tease Claw, my BF.
Also, I'm curious, like, we don't know what Claw or Fang looked like before their mutation.
Nope.
Correct.
I feel like Fang isn't white, right?
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he was.
Like, he's kind of like street smart, and I don't know. Like,
I do feel like the sort of like
he seems more
energy,
conditioned.
maybe,
Like hyperactive Latino energy or something like that. I don't know. I mean, like, I know.
And I can see Claw just like being black. I can see him as a black.
Oh yeah,
man.
like a big softie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like we have no idea. This is just speculation on our part. I'm just
Maggie's
just the
only white
vibes
one.
that they give off. Yeah, Maggie's the white one. We've seen her. We saw her as a white girl. Nice.
You know. So, is that really about it other than emails?
That's it. And we have a bunch of emails.
We have 3, and then we got some messages
Don't we
in the
need
podcast.
gayest moment?
Oh, you're right!
Yeah.
Whoopsies. Okay.
Fang and Claw in bondage. That's
Fang
my
and
day's
Claw in
moment.
bondage, Hudson and Fang wrestling.
Yeah.
Claw's butt at the beginning of the
Claw's
episode.
Claw's butt, like, in almost every shot.
Yeah, literally. Claw is so fucking hot.
All the mutates look very good. Like, this wasn't, like, the best anime. Like, I feel like this was, like, the B team, but, like, the mutates all look really good throughout.
Except for, like, a few select shots, like Claw's
Yeah.
first appearance.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, Claw is the character that my OC dated when I was a kid. So
Aww.
What?
Oh,
I didn't know
What?
that part? Yeah.
No, I didn't. What?
Yes, my OC would have ended up dating Claw.
That's great. Interesting.
I think I wrote something, but it was mostly Wolf. It was always mostly Wolf, let's be honest.
Wolf.
But Fang was there too, but mostly Wolf.
But no. Yeah, just I'm thinking about it. Like my character would have like ended up trying to like learn sign language.
That's so cute. That's so cute.
Remy, I think, has gone on the record stating that like he's pretty sure like Claw is gay.
Sure.
I mean, that's easy.
We all
Just
agree.
because like he seems like I mean he's sensitive, he's big, he's like kind of gal pals with Maggie.
Yeah.
And then Fang, of course, just anything that
Especially
works.
because Maggie's the only person who will actually take what Claw wants into account when making decisions.
Yeah, like she's always the one who's
She's
speaking
his
up for him.
mommy.
Yeah, like everyone else is just doing their own thing. And Maggie's like, hey guys, you have to actually like let Claw weigh
Yeah.
in even if he can't speak.
Dude, we have
Pretty
so
much.
many emails.
Maggie
We have
learns how to
five
be a liberal,
emails.
like group mom.
Okay, so our first emailer is Aqua, who is a frequent poster in the Loincloth Hour Discord. And he says, "Hey Loincloth Hour crew, I know that a certain someone hates this episode because of one specific character in particular, and I mostly hate Talon in this episode specifically, that just wants me to straight up hate fuck him.
Yeah, there it is.
But the episode did redeem itself with my favorite huggable himbo Claw and his temporary, it says, asshole boyfriend Fang. But the question for you all that I have is, okay, before I read this question, I'm not so sure that Fang is temporarily an asshole. I'm just gonna put...
No, I think
No. The boyfriend part is
The
temporary.
boyfriend part is
He's thinking of
temporary.
break up after.
Oh,
he turns
okay.
on him.
They go through a whole breakup saga.
Okay, right. So the question Aqua has
Just like
is,
Dingo and Whoop, bro.
we have multiple, another similarity.
Sorry.
His question is, what would you all do if Talon was trapped in some kinky restraints? I bet you three have some very interesting ideas on what you do to him. And then there's this, like, it looks almost like he drew this in, like, MS Paint.
I'm looking
But I'm
at
just
it.
like someone like sitting and like fluttering their eyelashes.
That's so
like
cute.
I know you have some great ideas.
My first thought is like a dartboard, like out of his butt.
That's so much better than what I was gonna. That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like. Obviously, like, spank
you
him.
gotta,
But, like, a dartboard that's, like...
I'm not even gonna take his panties off. I'm just
No.
gonna wedgie them really tight so that way it's, like, painful
That's
for
great.
him. And then I just, like, throw darts
Would
at
you
his
draw,
butt.
like, target circles on his ass?
So
make it like the commission I got of the sheriff from
Yeah,
Robin
that's
Hood
kind of
with
the
yeah, I love that.
That's iconic.
It's-
That's one of your best.
Thank you. I am very happy with it. Small Fry Spy is the artist. He did
I
a great
love
job.
Small Fry
Yeah,
Spy.
they are so good.
Oh
with
my
their
god,
art.
all their Pete art
Yeah.
gets me hot and bothered.
So I'm gonna do the thing that you usually do, and say, if you want to know what I would do to Talon if you put him into restraints, you should read the story
Read our fanfic.
that we wrote, where I'm pretty sure the very first person to get put into kinky restraints was Talon. It was him and Brooklyn got put into restraints together, I'm pretty sure.
Does that happen?
Yeah,
I don't remember anymore.
he was someone near the start.
But in their first bunch of chapters, okay,
It's
so
the trio versus the
yeah,
mutates.
it's the trio versus the mutates in like a bondage capture competition basically, and they're all like hunting each other through the sewers. Like whichever team captures the other one wins.
Yeah, but
But then there's someone else who they don't know about who's like hunting them
Yeah.
also. But very, very hot. We really enjoyed writing that together, and we need to write more chapters someday. But yeah, like I know, what I remember is like later on when Talon, like all the mutates have like cock rings put on themselves, but like it's cock rings that like are like forcing them to like do what like their captor wants them to. So like the Gargoyles have to like free them from the cock rings, but then like they're getting electrocuted as they're trying to like break it. I'm making it sound insane, but like it was very sexy when
it was.
wrote it.
It sounds sexy.
I
love it. Insane things are sexy.
It's very.
Look at Wolf.
It's very action oriented, and I'm pretty sure that Talon, he was like forced to be like a butler with like a collar and like just wearing like a thong or something at some point.
That might have happened.
There was stuff like that going on.
Nice.
But yes, thank you, Aqua, for your. I liked that question.
All right. Who wants to read the second email?
This is a pretty short one.
Okay.
If you want it.
Alright, in response to the question about whether or not I was transformed into a muscular Catman and given the chance to change back.
This is tech, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Okay, E91 Tech Ninja.
I just noticed the email because I was looking at the other part. No, I wouldn't change back if I was a muscular Catman or chubby, which I am, Catman. Hopefully a panther or a puma man.
Okay, so on the Loincloth Hour Discord, I asked like if you were transformed into a Catman, would you be like Maddie and want to change back to a human, or would you be like Fang and like embrace your hot new furry self?
Do you realize the fandom you're asking that question
I
to?
am very aware. That's why I asked it, because I figured it would get us some emails, and it did.
Oh, you tried to manipulate like Xanax.
Yes, emotional manipulation is the name of the game.
Okay.
So what does he say though? So E91 would not change that.
He's Fang.
He likes, yes, he's already Fang.
He is Fang.
I will read the next one. This is from Aspie. He says, "Greetings, Sid and Croup. Glad to talk with you again." Then he says, "Apologies, that's too forward."
Aww.
I will assume that he meant to put your name in as well. He says, "I have to say that while there's many parts of this episode I wasn't too thrilled about, it brought up a very interesting question of how the Gargoyles function, biologically speaking. And it's a question that others and I have discussed before. Personally, I've often thought of them as being reptilian. Something about them just makes me think that. As someone with a special interest in zoology, I found the conundrum very interesting, and I respect the writer's decision to leave it open-ended, where if someone believes the Gargoyles to be a realistic, if not far-fetched, species of animal that's evolved to comprehend human concepts, they can, or perhaps the Gargoyles as some form of fey creature, also very plausible given the nature of later episodes dealing with such creatures, though I won't spoil them for the listeners. All my rambling aside, it was wonderful to get to write, and I hope to continue to do so in the future as I do enjoy getting to share ideas about this incredible show. I love your email, Aspie, and I appreciate this email so much.
I love that email as well, but I think his questions were already answered. I recommend reading The Dark Ages, Aspie.
Oh, really? Does it talk more about that?
Spoilers.
Ooh. So I know that in the show, I believe in the Mirror episode, they did say that like humans are evolved animals. The Fae are like the other thing, and then like Gargoyles are like a third thing that's not either of them.
Yes.
But there's more revealed in the Dark Ages.
Spoilers.
I gotta read. Okay, well, just say yes or no.
You
Is
have
there
to
more
go
revealed?
read them. I'm not telling you jack shit. That is your
fine.
That is your punishment
Fine.
for not reading them.
Fine. I'm reading the Farscape comic instead and not enjoying it.
What? What happened?
It's not very
You
good.
need to talk to me about it later. But okay.
I will later. The next email is from. I'm just gonna read it because it's like literally one sentence. It's from Jay Bird, and it's another in reply to my open-ended question on Blue Sky about if you were a Catman, would you transform back or wouldn't you? And he says, no way I'd want to change back. A muscle-bound mutate would be a huge upgrade. I completely get where you're coming from, Jay. I don't know if you meant to do that bit of wordplay, but Sid appreciates it.
Oh my gosh, that word's never gonna be the same to me now.
Oh my god. When you see it in just day-to-day life, do you get like a special little thrill? Like,
it depends on like where it's being
upgrade.
utilized, because if I'm like at work and someone says that
they
word,
want an upgrade.
just completely out the window. If I'm at home in like my personal endeavors and I see the word upgrade, I'm like more comfortable to even think about that stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, hey, Wolf is gay.
Sure is.
Okay, well thank you, Jay Bird.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and read our last email before we get into any Discord responses. This is from our favorite, like, little compatrionism,
Our
Remy.
favorite emailer.
Yes, I love Remy so much.
I look forward to reading them every time.
He says, hey again, the Loincloth Hour crew. Boy, you guys sure are working fast as we approach the Avalon saga.
It's next! It's coming up next!
I haven't even finished your podcast episode for protection, just been too busy. Difficult to find the time and privacy. All. I will admit I'm fond of this episode. Sometimes it's nice to see the clan deal with threats beyond genocidal gargoyles, amoral billionaires, and animal-themed mercenaries, and tackle down the common criminals who are more focused on endangering the civilians than on the clan. I enjoyed seeing Elisa play a bad girl, and how Broadway immediately knew what was going on, even if his bad guy talk was so cringy. And then we move on to the cage, or as I call it, another example of how Derek is the biggest fucking idiot on this show, and how goddamn annoying he is about it. Like, damn, this guy went beyond stupidity in this episode, because there's no way Xanatos' gaslighting could be this good. Even in this episode, his lies are too obvious and convenient. I keep waiting against hope for Elisa to assert herself as the big sister and smack her disrespectful little brat of a brother down. Like, fuck damn. The way he kept thinking, even if she was wanting to make his life miserable, how he automatically dismissed her and claims that nobody died that night at the lab, which she would fucking know because she's a cop and there would have been an investigation, and how Talon kept thinking of Goliath as this evil mastermind with unlimited resources. Let's not forget what Talon clearly forgot, that tape Elisa gave him about Xanatos' misdeeds that he very clearly didn't listen to and probably threw away. It's episodes like this that make me despise Talon so damn much. Like, I don't care about you. I don't feel sorry for you. You brought this upon yourself. You deserve to be miserable.
Oh my gosh.
We then get the rest of the mutates. Do I even need to start on Maggie? Even when she's right, she's a fucking idiot that makes everything worse just by existing. And I hate this episode for making me take her side when she tried talking some sense into Talon about his sister. Claw, I love the guy, but here he was basically just a prop to do Talon's bidding. We only find out that he hasn't talked since he got mutated, and I wish the show would confirm if he's not talking out of trauma or a personal decision, or if the mutation affected his vocal cords somehow.
I would also very much like more information on that.
And of course, it's all Fang who steals the show out of all the mutates. He's so over the top, such a jerk, but in a way that you can't hate him, and he's just plain entertaining.
We'll see.
I also like how, at least in this episode, he's not even a bad guy, just mostly a jerk who followed Talon's orders, and even then he has his good moments, like that big smile on his face when he sees Talon's family accepting their son back despite his new look.
That is very cute.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that, because Fang's witnessing firsthand what he didn't have for himself, probably.
And that's why he sort of folds
god.
himself in there, like, I'm
Remy,
also part of this, by the way.
Genius. I think Remy and I are so, like, we're kindred, we're both Leos. So is Tech Ninja.
Really? Interesting.
So, he just sees how someone gets mutated. It's refreshing to see someone get mutated into a big buff furry and loves it so much he wants to stay that way forever. It's such a mood.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
I love that moment.
Wolf. The rest of this episode is very meh, kind of frustrating how Elisa can only beg her brother to see reason rather than be assertive. Goliath's fine, but the other gargoyles feel like filler here. Even Brooklyn's broody showcase in this leadership felt hollow, plus his I'm not a man, I'm a gargoyle line shows he still has the worst snark and weakest comebacks. He's such a lame-ass tryhard.
I love that.
We see the effect of... We see the effect of episodes airing out of order due to Owen not having a rock hand here. Always
I didn't even notice that! Oh my god!
I love Remy. And I find, just to always find that an interesting little detail. And I just wish we could have gotten more out of Beth. Overall, was not what I call a good episode. But hey, at least it gave us Fang and Claw. Well, he said Fang.
Sid added on Claw.
Claw's good.
As you should.
And we move on to the timeline. So let's combine both episodes. On November 13th, during the events of High Noon, Dracon was released on bail. On December 10th, the mutates returned to live to live in Xanatos' castle after being last seen fleeing from it on September 10th, which makes me wonder where they lived during those few months they were on the road.
I was also wondering that.
Yeah, like in the episode, they say it's been a few weeks, not a few months. So I don't know where he's getting that it's been a few months.
Okay, Remy's going to come back at you for that one.
I'm sure he is, because he probably has the answer, but I don't know what the answer is all I'm saying.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, take notes, Remy. I'm sure you will. Anyway, it's not till December 16th when Elisa gets her orders from Chavez to pretend to be a crooked cop to fool Dracon, and it's on that same night that Goliath spots the mutates hanging out on Xanatos' building. On the 18th is when Art and Lois's restaurant gets blown up after midnight. On the 19th is when Elisa meets with Dracon and she, Goliath, and Broadway foil their plans. Beth arrives, and Goliath and Elisa go to the castle where Talon attacks. That all happens in the same
was a crazy day for them.
Oh my god.
Then on the 20th, Goliath kidnaps Varius, and the rest of the episode takes place. And it's on that same day that Xanatos' security team managed to catch a certain someone at Loch Ness in Scotland, but we'll get to that during the world tour.
I don't even know who he's talking about.
Nessie.
Oh, okay. Well, he's a certain someone, so I assumed it would not be a dinosaur. Okay.
Sorry, run long-winded, but I did fall behind. Hopefully I can finish listening to the episodes. It's always a fun time with you guys. Thank you. Thanks for all your hard work. Take care and keep being awesome.
Thanks for all of your hard work, Remy. And I'm interested to know if and when you listen to this episode, if maybe some of your opinions may change as to Derek and Maddie in particular. Because yes, they are hella annoying, and they are very stupid, but maybe as we discuss their reasoning, I wonder if that may have influenced your own
Remy
feelings
is a
towards
tough
them.
nut to crack.
I know, like, he's a bit of a hater, and I get that. I'm a hater too, so that's why I'm asking. If the answer is no, that's total. I want to know whatever the answer is. On to Discord. The first message is from Crossover Lion, another frequent poster in the Loincloth Hour server and a patron. He says, if you got the opportunity to become a buff, winged cat man, would you take it?
Oh, he threw your question back.
And what kind of kitty would you go for? So I have sometimes been described as being cat-like already as a human person. So I don't. Oh my!
What kind of cat
I
are you?
haven't thought about. I haven't. Oh my god! There's so many cats.
Well, I mean, my main OC isn't a cat. I would just pick an Egyptian Mao and make like my OC become me.
Like, I don't think I would be like a tiger or a lion or any of those. I feel like I'd just be sort of like a house cat. So like just one of those breeds. I don't really know most of them offhand, but like just, you know, a normal kitty cat.
Okay. I can accept that answer. What kind of cat are you here on?
I'm thinking maybe an ocelot or a mountain lion.
Okay, I was expecting to say lion.
Mountain lion.
An ocelot. These are good choices.
Huron.
I used to be I grew up by the Catskills, and there were always warnings about mountain lions because they actually like can kill you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's but you know, hey, that's
so
why
they'd always tell us to be careful.
An anthropomorphic one. That's why it's so interesting and hot because you know they can kill you.
They can kill you, but also they can like cuddle you.
Yeah.
Ooh, and it's like, oh, but which is he gonna do? And why am I turned on thinking about which it could be? Oh, no.
Okay. So I guess like this last one might be.
This is a question for you.
Yeah.
So E91 Tech Ninja asks, what song would each of you associate with each of the main 4 mutates?
Okay,
including Maggie.
Yeah, I mean naturally. Claw, I would probably associate something instrumental, nothing with like actual like lyrics maybe.
Oh yeah.
Like maybe some like Aphex Twin kind of like sounds. Like maybe you select Ambient Works Volume 2 because that one's very dreamlike and pretty, but also can be a little mysterious at times and secretive. But that's not really a song as much as it is an album. But yeah, let's go with like Rhubarb because that's a really relaxing one. Fang. Sex Pistols, like some like early age British punk rock. You know, let's moon the Queen and go out and like drink beers and get into a fight. Like something like that, you know, and then Talon,
like dad rock,
like the College Dropout, by Kanye West.
Nice.
Maggie, she probably listens to fucking, I don't know, because I said the same thing about Angela. I think Angela's more of a Joanna Newsom girl.
I feel like Maggie listens to Evanescence.
I listen to Evanescence.
Okay, because Evanescence is good, but I feel like Maggie would be into them.
Maybe.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, that gives me more respect for Maggie.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's fine.
I have a follow-up question, but I think this is a question for me. The 4 mutates, which of the crystal gems from Steven Universe would each of them be? So Claw is Garnet, obviously. Maggie is Pearl. Talon would have to be Steven because Fang
is definitely Amethyst.
Yeah,
no
Fang
question.
is Amethyst. Like no question about that.
I love
So that was.
And Talon is very pearl coded, so yeah.
Maggie's Pearl coded.
Maggie, jeez.
That's not even one of the
I think
names.
you mess them up like every time you've named a character. Whole show.
Bad at it, okay?
It's okay. We all can't be like good at everything.
I'm terrible at names. You all know this.
Mm-hmm.
This is my worst.
What's my name?
Don't even ask. No matter which name I give,
which is my 17th name?
I'm gonna get the wrong one.
Alright, well, this recording has stretched on nearly 3 hours. I think
Nice.
this is a safe spot to call it here.
This
I
was
think
fun.
we've
This was a
talked
good
about
episode. I am not
everything.
ready to start talking about part 1 of a 3-parter next month. I am not fucking ready.
But you're gonna have to.
Because I remember these episodes are it's so complicated with all the time travel
I'm
and
just
like.
so
I'm not going to be able to hate that. I know that you hate it, and I know I won't be able to keep it all straight because like
I'll keep it straight.
I get so confused when I watch them.
I'm good with time travel. I'll keep it straight.
All I'm going to do is what I did last time and just describe what's happening before me to the best of my ability.
I can explain right now. Explain to you the entire time travel thing that happens in that 3.
I don't want to melt my brain. So
I won't do it, but I'm saying I can.
My brain melted.
I don't even need to rewatch it to remember how it all works.
I'm glad. Even if I don't believe you.
Alright, sign-offs.
Yep.
My name is Sydney. I like fat asses and big boys, and you can follow me on BlueSky and Tumblr as Sid Scripts and Archive of Our Own as Stargazer Sid. And, you know, there's other places you can find me. I usually link all of our stuff in the descriptions anyways, but, like, I think you can also find me on YouTube at Sid Scripts, where I'm gonna keep just, like, uploading all the shorts there. I already uploaded, like, 8 based off of, like, my notes I took.
Yeah, I saw you were uploading them.
I just, like, because, like, I like making the characters edited so it looks like that they're having sex, and it's really funny to me.
And it's not even that hard.
It's not even that hard. That's it.
Yeah, and I'm Croup. I also like fat asses and big boys, and you can find me under the name Manicorn on BlueSky, on Archive of Our Own, on Patreon, and under the name Croup on Fur Affinity.
And I'm Huron, and I also like badasses.
Nice.
We're seeing such a theme here.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me on BlueSky and 803 under Pangolin Huron, or on Fur Affinity as 13333.
Yeah. And as for you listeners, aren't you up past your bedtime?
Oh my god.
I think that's how we should end it.
I think Fang might know his way around
A bedchamber?
I don't even. No, in a bedchamber. How sophisticated do you think he is? He fucks in a cardboard.
What were you trying
He
to
probably
say?
like sucked Claw's dick behind a cardboard box when they were living in the alleys.
Okay, so we know that Wolf has like got his dick sucked in like the parks.
Yo,
Is Fang
what if
one of those
they
dick
were
suckers?
glory hole queens together
Yeah,
and they
you
don't
think-
even know it?
They will never know unless it comes up somehow.
Oh,
in
I think
conversation.
Remy. Oh no, wait. One of us came up with the idea that like there was like Fang using like a glory hole or something in like
Nice.
France, and like
France.
after well, I mean that's where the redemption
Oh,
story takes
okay.
place.
Nice.
And like when he got like his dick sucked through the glory hole, he made a joke like "Sacre blue" because you just blew me. Get it?
That is the most
that's
Fang
good.
line ever.
That's
Remy is
perfect.
so good at writing Fang.
Oh my god, he should write some.
It's his favorite character, you
Nice.
know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fang.
You know, Tack and Remy like Fang. I like Fang
Yeah.
too, but I'm preferential to Wolf.
Fang's great.
Anyways, that's a real sign off now. It's you know
Assuming we haven't cut it earlier.
who fucking.
No, I have to include the glory hole conversation.
Okay.
I'll find a way to
I
include
like
it.
this
Don't
new
worry.
body. Like, come back here, catch up to me like a man. Fang had a lot of good lines. Cat got your tongue. That was like
they're all
his most
delivered
iconic.
very enthusiastically.
He's got like some form of neuro. You know, like he would have thrived in Florida. Have I mentioned that? Okay, that's it. We're done. Good night, sweetheart.